Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I love you.
I love you, baby. Oh, shit. Happy of the birthdays.
Yay.
Jesus.
I told you I would not forget.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt. Oh, dude. No way.
Yeah, baby. Yes, happy birthday, man.
Oh,
Nobody deserves it more than you.
I was going to buy this from you.
I know. Now you don't have to.
But
Yeah, man. You deserve it, my friend.
Aw.
And I wanted the water. Yes, don't get emotional. Don't do it.
You did this to me. You did this to me. Okay, we're gonna hug later.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Whew. My mascara is not running because I don't have one, but if I had mascara, you son of a bitch.
Yes.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
No worries, man. No, seriously. It wasn't going anywhere, and I really wanted to give it to you anyways. Seriously.
Thank you.
Started this
Dude.
journey with me. It just feels right.
That's going up, and it's already ready to go up.
Yeah,
So.
well, it deserves a better framing, I think.
Okay,
at
well
some
then
point.
I'll try to figure something out. But it's thank you, thank you. And for those listening to the intro of this episode, I just got my birthday gift, and it's Robert's Leonardo drawing or painting. I don't even know, but it's awesome.
From Australia.
From Australia that I was gonna buy. I said a few months ago, and then totally forgot about it.
Yes.
And
That's
thank you.
why.
Thank you so much.
It was either that or a new
Okay.
Black Sad movie, book.
Ooh. But this is better.
But then I
This
was
is
like,
better.
fuck, which one?
I have you gave them in order.
Yeah.
Like the first and second. I have.
Yeah, but I found a third one. And
Son
I
of
was
a bitch.
like, do I even have this?
Because I saw one at Comics Heaven.
Yeah.
And it was just the first, the second in it.
Okay. But this was a third one with... So the cover is Black Sad underwater, like floating.
Okay. That's not what I saw.
So like bluish tint.
Cool.
And like I recognize it, but I can't remember if I own it or not because I don't have my comic books out that much now. So yeah, I was very confused and well, I wanted to give you that anyways. So
Yeah.
there you
I
go.
am super stoked about this.
Yes,
Thank you
good.
so much. Thank you so much.
Good. Happy days.
Wow. I was going to do like a jokey intro, but now I don't.
Now you can do a jokey intro.
Woo!
Yeah.
Welcome back to, I don't even know what number we're on.
114.
114.
114.
God damn it. With me, Ilias.
And me, Robert, the son of a bitch.
Exactly. And did I say Sketchbook Heroes?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to this week's episode where we're going to be talking about how to get faster as an artist, like drawing faster.
Yes.
And
Is faster better?
exactly. Faster, harder, scooter, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that
That's
another
a thing.
porn? tape
Yes, probably
name?
is. It probably is.
Probably.
Like from now on, I'm just going to own everything we say on this podcast.
Fantastic. Yes.
And-
So
Yes, it is.
a lot more porn.
Exactly.
Yes. Own it.
Not hard enough.
Never long enough.
Never hard enough.
Oh yeah, never hard enough.
Never fast enough.
Never fast enough. Never hard enough.
No,
No.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's just life.
But
Yeah.
we're also going to talk about on Toolies today. We're going to follow up on Inktober
Keep going.
and how it's gone so far.
No actual new Toolies.
No,
Just
Toolies.
Inktober update.
Yeah.
And then the homework.
The homework,
at
yeah.
the retro section.
Mm-hmm.
The Sword of the Stranger. And I need to keep practicing saying that because I don't want to say
is a
sort of. Sort of stranger.
Sort of stranger.
Sort of kind of stranger.
The movie.
The movie. Yes. And yeah, just a whole bunch of other shit in
So,
between all that.
How have you been?
Oh, well, ups and downs, I guess. It's been a really hectic week. I don't think I'm gonna go into it that much now. I'll dive into it when I actually know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
but it's a little bit up and down. But apart from that, it's been good. It's actually been really good. It's been a good, productive week, a lot of work, which means money in, which means I can relax a little bit, not stressing. And thank you so much for like really putting my name out there so much. Like
No worries.
every day almost.
Yeah.
Crazy fuck.
But you posted some fun stuff as well. So I was
Well,
like,
yeah.
oh, ooh, ooh.
Well, I can't really take credit for that because I wouldn't do that fun stuff without my lovely clients who come and want all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, everybody out there that has been penetrated by me. And yeah, take that any which way you want.
But it's true. But it's true.
Yes, it is true. No, seriously, it's... I had one of those moments again this weekend where I had 2 clients come in from some town which is far away. Far away town, just to get tattooed, and you know they were so grateful that I could tattoo them, and I'm
That's
like,
so cool.
you are idiots! Like seriously, I am grateful for you coming here and throwing money in my face to like doodle on you with a needle, no less. Like it's fucking crazy. Like it's so insane. It's so insane. So thank you, everybody out there, and anybody that hasn't been penetrated by me, like. Come and get penetrated. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but I just can't decide what I should do.
Well, that's your curse always.
It is my curse.
Yes, I'm not staying there for another 2 hours just waiting for you to decide
no,
your
I'll
thing
have
again.
a thing. I'll have a thing the next time I come by.
Awesome. But oh yeah, and I actually went to the party this time.
Oh, shit, the correct party, the
Yes,
correct
so
time.
this time, Sophia, happy birthday in sort of a very belated birthday. So Sophia, who introduced the podcast number 4,
shit, yeah.
something like
early.
that. Very early.
Super early.
Is now 18 years old.
Yeah, she was 14 when we did this last. Yeah,
she is like a real human being now.
God damn it.
Yeah, so huge happy birthday. And she also got a 4,000 Swedish crown gift voucher for tattoos with me, of course, which means I gave her a piece of paper with 4 numbers on it. Yes, and 3 of them were zeros. Yeah, but
like her. No,
yes.
Happy birthday!
She also got champagne, so it's all good. But yeah, the party last weekend was a lot more fun than this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. But yeah, with that said, how are you doing, buddy?
I've been super busy. We had people over. My wife's boss came over.
What?
Because he was so impressed by her photos.
Oh, shit.
And one of his best friends had a bachelor, or he was getting married, so they had their bachelor's party.
Okay.
One of the stops was at our place.
Oh.
So he wanted to have like this like photograph, like all the like dressed up dudes together, you know, like looking cool.
But like a professional type of
Yeah, because
okay.
she said like I can come to the city and we can like take some pictures outside. He's like, no, I want the studio that you photographed like some other girl in. She's like, that's my house. Like, there is no like.
You're not coming to my house.
And they came over.
Holy shit.
Maria bought champagne. She like on this little I don't even know what they're called in English, but this little like nice old school furniture that we have that used to be my desk.
Oh, okay.
We opened it up and made it sort of into like a little like
Kateder. Is that it? No,
it's a secretär. I don't know
okay.
what they're called in English, but it's like she put, you know, like some snacks, champagne and stuff on it, and it's so nice and vintage, you know, so it looks extra nice with candles and shit. So the guy came blindfolded, you know, to our house. They took him around the yard, you know. They were like, dude, you got to duck. And they like pushed him down and he was basically crawling in a suit. And they're like, okay, now you have to go up here, and just like walked him around like an idiot.
Beautiful.
And then we had them come inside, you know. He sat in the chair, like with the studio, everything packed. We took pictures while he was blindfolded.
Oh, good. Yeah,
as well.
that was going to be my question, obviously,
Yeah.
because that's
then,
awesome.
And then they took it off, and he was like, where the fuck are we? I was like, Mashta. Like
close to hell.
Yeah. And then they just like, Maria just like, oh, well, you guys can stand there, like put on your shoes again, you know, like everything that you want to have on. And they just had them stand there by the wall. and I was the guy that like, oh, well, you got to pose like this. Don't hold your hand like this. And I was moving the flash, and
cool.
doing the stuff. And I was also
So you were
the music guy.
director and
Yes.
sound.
And the fun part was like, okay, because they were just standing there, and I was like, there's something missing. And I put on my music. I call it Devil's Blues. It's just like the music that we listen to here.
All good.
And I was like, okay, imagine you just like did a heist and you got away.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they were all like, oh, yeah. And suddenly the pictures look different just because they looked so badass.
That's
I'll show
so
you
cool.
later. Yeah. But it was just like, it was so fun because it's like another way to be creative. And then I let Maria handle like the light. We can turn it like this and do that because that's her job and take the photos. And I was more of like directing them. And then, like we want to take a picture that isn't that serious. And we tried a couple and they were just, like awkward. And so I was like, okay, you guys stand like you were supposed to, like get in positions and I'll fix it. And they were like, what? And then I just put on Barbie Girl, as a sort of opposite. And they were like, oh, what the fuck? And it was perfect. Just stuff like that. It was fun.
Nice.
So we had this photo shoot and that was exhausting. And then we went to barbecue at some friends in the evening. My daughter had a birthday thing that she was going to.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot.
No, not her birthday. No, but this was a friend's.
Yeah, but she had her birthday.
No, she's having her birthday.
Okay.
17th.
Damn. Fuck, I thought she was earlier.
No, that's me.
Yeah, no, I know. But I think, I always think that everybody is chunked in the beginning of October.
No.
Like all the October kids.
She's like in the middle.
Aha. All right.
But yeah, so we had that. And then on Sunday, I don't remember even, like we had stuff. We were editing photos all day, like intensively editing. I think we edited like 17 photos. That's a lot of photos.
Yeah. Especially if you're not used to editing.
Yeah, and we had some problems from the shoot that we noticed later that 4 people in that cramped space with, like it had problems with focus and stuff. So a lot of editing.
Nice.
And I don't know anything about editing photos. So it was like learning and doing. So it was basically like a full, like 14-hour shift of editing. And I was the guy that was editing most of them because,
of course,
my computer is a bit better.
Yeah. Also, Photoshop skills.
Also, Photoshop skills. Yes, because I was like, oh yeah, they do it like that. Okay, I don't need any more information. It's just like,
yeah.
But it's like every time you fix a photo and then you go back to the previous one, you're like, I missed this, and you just keep going.
But that's the thing with Bridge or whatever. I think you can just save the settings you have for that photo and just
can do
really
that in Photoshop as
put
well.
it on the next.
That's
one
what I did.
I
had a plugin application called Exposure Software.
Oh yeah.
Where I made like the effects that I wanted. So as soon as I did like editing, like I removed, like weird shit on them that just ruins the photo.
Yep.
Even crumbs.
Of course.
I just, just apply the effect and they all look the same.
Okay. Nice.
And then Maria did some, like proper photos as well that aren't with effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I made them look more like a cinematic, I don't know.
Better.
I did things.
Yeah.
I don't know whether.
Photoshop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like,
nice.
But the
Something
weekend was
new.
packed.
Yeah.
And then I had to do Inktober on top of that.
Of course.
Not as great.
That's.
But the best pieces came out this weekend, though.
Yeah.
I guess pressure, the fire up the ass.
Yes. Which is also something we will be talking about today. So
let's dive in.
Yeah, let's fucking dive in. Intro. Save this fucking thing.
Save.
The intro is the best part of this fucking show.
Yep. People love it.
Yeah.
Go Heroes.
Go.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They all seem to have a new life. Sketchbook hero.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Hello. Yes.
And before we move on,
No.
thank you all for listening. We should
No
have said
more
this
thank you.
before.
Yes.
To keep supporting us, please share the podcast in any way, shape, or form that you can.
Yes.
Twitter hates us, so please share it on Twitter.
Yes.
Actually, share it everywhere. Share it with
Share it.
everyone.
Yes.
Share it with share. You know, like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep sharing it because it helps a lot. And also, if you have the time to leave a review on your whatever podcast application you listen to, it helps, other people find our podcast and like, oh, people seem to like this. And they say this about it. I should give it a listen. It really does help. Although it doesn't give us more listeners, the ones that are on the fence might consider listening because you wrote something awesome
Exactly.
or hilarious.
Even if we just get one new listener every month, that's still
That's
one
still-
new.
yeah.
It's still extremely appreciated.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, it goes without saying. Thank you guys so fucking much for even listening this far into this episode. And for everybody else listening always, we love you so fucking much.
And I'm super happy to see the Discord
Still booming,
blooming, yeah.
And
you guys are talking amongst yourselves.
yeah,
And it makes me super happy, and I'm trying not to post it everywhere now. Now, I've got the people that I want there,
Yeah.
and now I'm thinking that we only promote it through the podcast,
yeah.
so that people that end up there aren't
Are-
just trying to show off their stuff,
No, exactly.
but want to be part of the community that is you awesome people.
Exactly. And they get brought in by their friends
Exactly.
in the Discord or from us
yeah,
here,
here.
which is fantastic. Plus, I don't have to be there and mitigate and do anything, which feels like
Extra
that's the
good.
best fucking
That's
thing.
the best. I'm
No,
there with
yeah.
the selfies and the stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
not as active because time.
Yeah.
But I am so happy when I go in and you guys are talking and actually, you're having conversations about stuff. Like they're talking pricing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think we
Fantastic.
should make a channel for it where people can sort of add their rates, their thinking, and just general tips so that people can access them
Yeah.
without them being lost.
That's fantastic.
But yeah,
Yeah.
with that said,
With that said, that was the thank you.
that was the thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, is faster better, Elias?
Is faster better?
That is the question today.
Yeah. Like, we all want to be better. Like, I remember for years trying to get better at drawing or, like, faster.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to get better. Like, I just wanted to draw what I was
exactly.
drawing faster.
That's the thing.
And it's like, oh, how do I get faster? How do I get faster? Like I've seen people ask it a lot.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I'm too slow or,
Well, in tattoo sense or in the tattoo world, I can really understand that.
definitely.
But when you're drawing for yourself, I have a hard time understanding it. Well, I get it like back in the day. It was frustrating for things taking so long and stuff. But then you get into it.
But I think that is the thing now. Like, do you draw for yourself or do you draw for social media or do you
Yeah.
draw for work?
I think
you know
that,
what I mean?
that's
Like,
still
it's
the
all
big issue
Yeah.
with sort of, today's climate.
Yeah.
The whole drawing for the likes that we
Yeah.
keep fucking bringing up.
And even if it's not for the likes, you just want appreciation
Yeah.
for your work.
Exactly.
Which kind of is the likes,
Yeah.
it is. That's the only way you'll get appreciation for it from people you don't know.
Exactly. And it's also, I guess, because now you're stuck at home and you're not out amongst people getting like...
Shoving your sketchbook in their face.
Exactly. So it is more important to be on the social
Yeah.
today, but it's still equally important to remember to do it for yourself. And we've said this for, I think, these last 4 episodes or something, which is
Yeah.
why we're doing this episode today, because we felt like
We're just tying them together,
exactly.
basically. Like,
they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like these last 4 episodes, pretty much,
these are the most planned episodes we've ever done.
and that says
And
a
you
lot.
can't even hear it when you
No,
listen to
of
them.
course not, because we are professional.
Yes.
Kind of. But yeah, so for me, I guess what we're saying is like the more you draw something, the faster you will be able to draw that thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like knowledge equals
But it also depends.
Faster.
Like, that's the thing. Like, what it comes down to is,
knowledge
I
in
wanna be-
general as
yeah,
well, of
but-
course.
but it also depends on how you learn to draw things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just, I just look at a picture and I just copy what I see.
Yeah.
That doesn't always, I don't learn that much from it
No.
unless I break it down and simplify it. You know what I mean? Like, what is really,
What
like,
is
let's
love?
say a complex pose.
Baby Don't Hurt Me.
Exactly, no more.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel art does to me.
Yeah.
It hurts
Oh
me.
yeah, especially Inktober.
So more.
Oh my god. What is art? Baby, don't hurt
Inktober,
me.
don't
Yeah.
hurt me. Don't
Yeah, there you
hurt me no more.
Sorry. Total derail and
No, but
memory
I
swipe.
just mean that, like, depending on how you use reference, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've stopped using photos as much, and like this past year or more, I've looked into more of like animators' breakdowns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yes,
smart.
So I've been
actually.
looking at how they simplify, and I'm not talking about Disney animators. I'm just talking about, whatever I can find.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anything that looks good.
Exactly. And that appeals to me, the way I want to sort of present my work.
Yeah.
And really sort of see how they break down like complex movements and stuff, and just try to apply that to my work
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to like find another way to break down, complex anatomy. Because
Yeah.
I know my anatomy. I just don't have shortcuts for all of it.
No.
And I don't want to like sit there for years trying to find it. So I'm using these like shortcuts to speed up some of the elements where I have a hard time like simplifying them in a good way. So I'm looking at different artists, how they are doing it, and then sort of, just digesting that and using the piece that works for me.
Yeah.
And that fits my style. Because, some people draw very angular,
Yeah.
and that might not work for me. Or it's just too round shapes, and that doesn't work for me. Like,
Yeah.
you find what works and you take those little nuggets of sort of truth. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think that makes perfect sense too. And I think we can take the example that we had before, or maybe not example, but tip to, for one, do what Ilias does and check out more illustrators or animators or people that do work with a lot of motion or stuff, if you're looking to do that kind of thing. But also go and find good photo references, copy them, then don't copy them. Try to remember what you learned. Draw for yourself and learn. And this is, again, the next time you're going to do this, you don't have to go and find that photo reference or find that animation thing.
You'll remember.
You'll hopefully at least, or it will be based off of what you learned, and maybe you'll find something totally new and fresh that might even make it even faster. But so all of these things are extremely valuable, but you just need to keep building that repertoire or the library of things.
Yeah, your mental library.
Yeah. And that's also one of the key key things of today. The keys of today's topic is, I think, knowledge or the amount of stuff that you've learned to draw. Because let's bring out the graphic novel example again, because it's probably the most applicable to everything that we do. But if you have drawn pretty much everything, if you know how to draw buildings, characters, vehicles, animals, if you know all of that, you can just sit down when you have your good story and draw it out.
Draw it out, yeah.
Whereas for me, like, I'm working on the story, I know how to draw characters, I kind of know how to draw animals, but when it comes to cars, which is a thing that we talk about a lot, I'm going to really need reference.
Yeah.
And the same when it comes to buildings, because I'm not like secure in myself. Like, I'm not.
I don't remember the details.
No. And it's like
the ones I add, I make up.
Exactly.
And they don't exist.
And it's like, well, of course, I'm not going to draw every fucking detail, but what are the most important
things,
details? Which parts of a building stand out, and so and so and so. Like, and that's stuff that I need to look up and reference and la 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 la. So that's going to take me a long time. And pretty much every frame that I'm going to be working with will have some sort of background with, I assume, some sort of building or vehicle or something. So for me right now, it's going to take me a fuck ton of years to do a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Whereas if Ilias had practiced all of this, well, he does a lot more studies than I do. Like, for him, it might actually be faster. Not that he's going to say that it will or ever will even attempt to do this, but in that sort of sense, let's say he's done all of this.
Yeah, let's pretend I am a successful graphic novelist thingy.
Then it would just come naturally to him, and he wouldn't have to think about all of these things.
Yeah,
He
it
would
wouldn't
just
be-
create it.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Jim Lee, for example, when he does his examples, and
fucking
he
ninja.
does so many videos. Like he still produces so much YouTube
I
content.
haven't
It's
seen
insane.
any of his new stuff. I've only seen like the
He just sits down, talks, and draws.
Yeah.
Like, and it's for hours and hours. It's not like a 20-minute clip.
A real
It's
nerd,
like
yeah.
4 or 5 hours of live streaming that he just
Mhm.
publishes. But you can just see that he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing with everything that he's doing. And that's, because of the 20 plus years in the industry.
Yeah.
So again, it goes without saying. Like the more you practice stuff, the faster you're going to be at creating those things. But you should never like overestimate how long these things take.
Yeah.
So
But I think also Jim Lee, for example, as an example,
Yeah.
like the comic industry doesn't pay, like unless you are Jim Lee now.
mm,
But early on when you're not that famous.
but even now with Jim Lee, like
Yeah. But I'm just saying that.
not even getting money. Yeah.
I just mean that you have to become fast for
Yeah.
it to be
Oh, yeah,
worth
yeah, yeah.
the time you spend.
You
doing
still
it.
have deadlines.
Yeah. You
like-
have no, but I mean you have deadlines. The pay isn't all that great. You don't want to spend like weeks on something you're
exactly.
not going to get paid for, and you're forced to find shortcuts.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes people like Jim Lee so good at what they do.
Oh yeah.
And also the thing we said about learning before. There's one thing to just look at an image and copy it and then actually drawing it several times,
Yeah.
breaking it down, like tracing on top of it, whatever the fuck you choose, how you choose to break it down. I'll do the fastest nowadays. I
Mhm.
have no prestige about like tracing. And there's a full episode on that. But
But I mean, that is the topic, I guess.
yeah,
Is faster better? In that sense, yes, because you're gonna get more money's worth
yeah,
because you're
for
not
less time.
putting the time in, but you're still producing good stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, so you have to learn how to cheat in a good way.
in a good way
Yeah.
where it's just like it just makes it better.
Yeah, because everybody cheats in the industry. Like
so
nobody will admit they do, but you do. That's how you progress. That's how you become better and faster.
But the thing is,
And-
nobody cares. Like,
No,
it's
because
the end-
everybody does it.
But the end result is what is important. Like,
Exactly.
does it look like the rest of the production? Does it fit the production?
Exactly.
Whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
Like if it fits and it's not something you didn't take photos from Google, the first
Oh, yeah,
10
yeah, yeah.
images and
No.
then just put them in your work.
Yeah.
But they don't care. Like nobody cares how you come up with that spaceship, as long as there's a spaceship there to present by the end of the day or the deadline.
Yeah.
Like you just need to have something, that is on the level
Yeah.
of whatever the fuck you're working on.
And that's the trap of overworking something when you're in those earlier stages of, if you are working for a company where you need to present different sort of levels of your design, where you present the sort of thumbnail or the
Mhm.
sketch, and then you rework that and so and so. Like, and that's something that I keep going back to all the time, because I fell into that trap early, where you overwork the
Oh, so much.
sketch phase.
Yeah, so much.
And you just sit there for like, so many more hours trying to make this thing look so fucking good. But when you present it to your client or whoever,
Yeah.
they're going to think that's the finished piece because you've polished it so much.
And then-
because they don't know.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like, you're wasting money
Yeah.
instead of doing super simple shapes that are just sort of easy to read. As long as you can read what you're trying to present.
Convey. Yeah.
Or convey, you've solved it. And that might have taken you 5 minutes instead of 5 hours.
Yeah.
And
And also,
that is
if it
making money.
And also, if it gets declined, you didn't spend that much time.
Mhm.
And that is like a common problem that I've seen, like juniors at companies that I've worked for, or the company that I work for, the company. And it's just they, spend like a full day doing one illustration, and they're like, we can't use that.
Yeah.
Like that's 8 hours of work that just is gone. Hooray!
Yeah. Flushed down the drain.
Yep.
But yeah. So I mean, fast, yes, fast can be good and it can also be bad, obviously. You can make it super sloppy like my Inktober's. That's just fast work because I need to just get it done. But again, like with time comes the knowledge of things. And
But I think it depends.
it's just
as well.
it's gonna make you faster whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
Because if you understand shapes and you can convey them after doing it a gazillion times, you're going to spend 1 minute on that sketch instead of those 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
But
everybody knows what I mean.
But did you ever, like, was there a point in your art, like, where you fucking understood, like, this is how I get faster? Because I spent most of last year trying to sort of break down a lot of the ways that I did things. And I think I even mentioned it on the podcast.
Probably. We say a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah. But I think I don't know what episode, but I did talk about, like, sort of how I draw, like, portraits, how I build them up, or like any sketch, actually. And just this year, it fucking clicked. You know what I mean? Like, the process has become not 100% where I want it to be, but so much clearer. Just like I sketch, I refine, I lay in the flats, I start coloring, or, you know, like however I approach it.
Yeah.
There are steps to it without them taking away from me having fun with the design. You know what I mean? But it's a recipe for process.
Yeah.
So it makes it so much faster.
Do you enjoy any of those steps more than any
Always
other?
the sketching. The sketching is so much more fun. But I've learned to sort of keep some of the sketchiness to it.
I like the second phase of sketching, I think. Like for
where
me.
you're cleaning it up.
Yeah.
I hate that part.
Because that's sort of what I call sculpting. That's when I start seeing the real things come out.
Okay.
Because the initial sketch, and this is really like if we're talking speed, every one of these steps is like the first step is super fast. Next one is a little bit slower, and then increments. It just keeps getting slower and slower and slower until the very end, which is like you just stare at the thing. And you're like, I don't know what to... But yeah, in that way, yes, then I've definitely broken down my way of working and I know how I go about doing stuff. So like, and again, that comes with age and the time we've spent doing all of this. So like, I don't think about it, obviously. I just sit down and do it. Or like with the Inktober thing, it's like, oh, well, I have this 20-minute train ride. How many rough sketches can I get done before I reach my end? Because I only need like 30 seconds to a minute sometimes to draw up the idea. And once I have that sort of that I can see what it looks like-ish, on to the next. Boom.
Yeah.
So it's just like very, very, very quick thumbnail-ish type sketches. And then the next one, redefine, sculpt. And that can take like half an hour sometimes. And then inking is kind of fast because I'm used to inking now. I know I've learned the brushes in Procreate well enough thanks to Inktober that I know the pressure, I know the sizes, and I know
what direction sometimes affects the stroke as well.
How to add that texture and it's become faster with each piece I do. It's just slowly becoming more and more intuitive and faster. But what we talked about last time is that I wanted to try and work with the flat shades and stuff a little bit more. So I've been experimenting here and there. So it just takes longer. So it's almost like taking a break, but you're still working.
But I think that's when you like, I get that a lot as well, when I'm trying to figure shit out, that's when it slows down because I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
but that's a cog in the wheel, or what do you call a stick in the wheel, I guess.
And it's a great learning opportunity if you take it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of us just sort of rush through it.
Exactly.
Or,
you brush by it.
Yeah, or you don't
ignore it.
how to solve it. You just like, I'll add
skip
a
that.
rock here. Or, I'll just look at this photo here and just copy that straight off and not know why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't learn the why behind what you just did. You just like, I'll do whatever and then move on.
Exactly.
Like, you have to learn. That's how you get faster.
It's like trying to cook from seeing an image.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know what ingredients are in that bouillabaisse. Because I wanted to say bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse.
Yeah, the bouillabaisse. No, like it really makes sense in my head, at least. Food, I guess. Yeah, you need to know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
It's very simple, and it might sound a bit harsh, but seriously,
No,
kids.
but it is. It is. I wish I had thought of process and breakdowns earlier.
Oh my God, yes.
Uh,
Like that would have saved me so much time today.
Yeah.
So much time.
And I think just going back now that I have a comparative style, like my Inktober stuff, like I have all of last year's drawings plus this year's drawing.
Yeah, which are in the same ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. Style-wise,
same
I've done the
medium-ish.
same thing. And I was going to draw, like, one of the themes last week were hope. And I was like, oh, I think, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, send a beacon of hope to the people. And I was going to have my character hold up a sword, and, you know, this beam goes up to the sky, and I was like, I did this last year, and I'll do that, and I'll just check how I did it, and then do it better. And I just went back, and I was like, no. No. Like,
Fuck, you should have done it without checking and then went back to check it just to see how much of the same thing you would do. Like,
yeah,
you
that
know
is
what I
actually
mean?
true,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but
But it is, like, it was so much better this year, I think,
yeah,
in a lot of ways, because that one was just fucked up. I just did things without knowing why I did them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think it through. I just wanted to be fast as well.
yeah,
But I was fast in the bad kind of fast.
yeah,
So this one took way longer because I tried to make conscious decisions.
yeah.
And the way that I've done Inktober this year is still, like, you know, all ink, but I have like one of those thinner liners that we talked about on the last episode.
005.
Yeah, exactly. That I can, like, it gives me a bit more sort of freedom to
Control?
sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like add, you know, like marks and stuff that I can,
Well,
so I don't forget.
guidelines, I guess.
Guidelines, yeah, that I can paint over and still ink, and it's still, you know, if I fuck up, I fuck up.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that, oh shit, I had a point here.
This time it took longer to create the
To
same.
create it, yeah.
Yeah.
The way that I've been approaching Inktober basically this year is that I make studies.
Yeah.
Like before I draw whatever it is, because I said if I want to draw something this year, I'm going to draw that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to simplify it or dumb it down like I did last year because I didn't know how.
Yeah.
So this year I've sort of like, okay, I want this pose where she like tosses a knife and then,
That
you
was
know, like
epic.
these three
So
tentacles
epic.
fly towards the viewer. I was so tired of doing, you know, like them just walking about, like
Yeah.
fucking sightseeing. So
Well, staying safe,
yeah, and
is what
staying
that is.
safe, yeah.
like literally, because they are just
Dude,
walking.
Yeah, they're just walking. And
Yeah.
for
Some
me,
more
the
action.
Olpa or the Brim character, the Griffin Owl, is always difficult.
Yeah.
But I do get away with it because I do a lot of studies on the side. And
Plus,
then,
Brim doesn't have to be in every piece.
and he
like,
doesn't have
that-
to be in every
that's the
piece.
good thing,
But
too.
that's what I started doing now. I've
Yeah,
been doing
yeah.
him up till now all the time, but I've skipped him in 2-3 pieces.
I
now.
just imagine him being in trouble every time
Yeah.
and out of sight of
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So it's just like seeing her saving him.
Mhm. And the reason why I haven't gotten to him as much as I have with Olpa is because
Time.
time.
Yeah.
So I'm skipping him, or sometimes I'm going to make her less complicated and make him more complex.
Yeah.
And I'm doing studies. I have these brown paper arcs that I bought that are sort of similar to what we're using.
The purpose.
Yeah.
Or
and
recycled paper, I guess is
recycled
what
paper,
they are.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And I'm sketching. Like, I'm filling like a page, 2 pages, just for one pose.
That's so cool, though.
And
Like-
I'm just working. They're garbage. Like, you know, some of them aren't worth seeing, but for me, they help me out. Because it's like, for example, if you go to my Instagram at Ilias Patlis and check the more complex poses and stuff that I've done with the throwing of the knife, the backflip, it's just, I've broken it down. I've looked how other artists have done it. And then I try to sort of like, okay, well, if I make it like the triangle thing that I talked about earlier, like, okay, if the upper body turns into this sort of like triangular thing and then the legs come out there, that helps me when I'm inking so that I don't have to draw, like the supporting lines as much.
Oh, yeah.
So I do the triangle. Then I know from the triangle, the legs come out like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives the illusion that she's doing this backflip thing or, like whatever. Like that's
Yeah.
how I'm breaking them down so that when I'm inking, I don't need to complicate things because, the body is super complex.
Yeah.
And if you're using the sort of like the mannequin way of drawing, how the fuck do you add inks on that? You can't.
No.
Like, so you need to think of it sort of like her legs are, like the baggy pants. Then I know, like, if I want her to bend her knees, I'll draw the baggy pants first. And then if you imagine them as Lego bricks, you build the bricks up and then, you add like, if you like a 90-degree leg,
Yeah.
it's first the pant and then it's, the protruding
Like
sort
an
of.
L shape, I guess.
An L shape, yeah, an
Yeah.
upside down L
Upside
shape
down
or
L,
a
yeah.
gamma in Greek. But it's basically that. That's how I'm thinking of the shapes of this character.
Yeah.
So, and trying to tell a story or, scenarios in a story really forces me to do so much more. The prompts are killing me with this. The prompts I should have done them years ago, but I don't think I was ready for it. Now that I have found this way of working, it's so much easier to explore both the topical stuff and the complexer the complex poses and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is like I'm learning as I'm doing it, and now I'm very confident in drawing her, doing stuff.
That's awesome.
It's not, like I can do anything, but it gives me the courage to try and do stuff.
And comes more naturally now, too. I
Exactly.
guess.
And that's the fun part of this whole thing is that when I go from the sketch to the actual drawing, the actual drawing, I'm going to add more complexity to it
Yeah, of course.
than the sketches that I've done. Because the sketches are tiny. They're like
Yeah.
this big, dude.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like
yeah.
2 centimeter characters.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. But
Well, I know
Just
how
to
your
understand.
studies look. I've
Yeah,
seen
they're just
the
rubbish.
gazillion of your. They're
And-
not rubbish. They're
no,
definitely
but I
not.
just mean that these are like, I just try to like, as soon as I notice that I didn't solve something,
Mm-hmm.
because I start like, because it's such a thin liner that I'm studying with,
Yeah.
I do the first sort of initial, try to catch the pose, then I correct it on top of my own sketch, then I go to the next one and then I draw another one.
Oh, really?
With the idea, yeah, because I'm like, okay, well, there's a triangle here that I didn't see, or like there's an L shape or something,
Mm-hmm.
like, or this arm, the arm going left and the upper body bending somehow, like they make this shape. So
Yeah.
if I draw that shape, then I know that this comes after. And it's such a cool way to break it down. So when I draw them later with ink, it's just like, okay, L, this, legs are there, and then you just start with the thick pen again, like
Yeah.
building it out of that. And it looks good for now, at least, for like trying to break down these super complex backflip poses or, sword throws, or it
Yeah.
really does help. And I'm learning so much that this is fun now. Like I can, and I'm drawing monsters.
And I think that is the key here too.
Yeah.
That, well, you are learning again.
Yeah.
Of course it's fun. Like that's something that we've been missing, I think,
Mhm.
for a long time. It's just, we've just been producing stuff.
That is actually what I wanted to get to with that as well.
Oh, yeah.
That don't just draw cool illustrations.
No.
Like
Just-
try to, like learn as well. Like learning, I think, is something that we skipped a lot. Like I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
it for
yeah.
a while, then I skipped it because I wanted to draw cool shit.
Yeah, we
But-
wanted to get into the industry so
Yeah.
fast because we were like, well, we're going to be comic book artists.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then,
And then, yeah,
yeah.
reality.
But and you should draw comics as well, but
course.
with this approach.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can't do this because that's the cool thing about working on a project that looks like work is that you're gonna stumble upon all the problems, areas that you need to learn.
Yeah.
And don't do like I did, where you find shortcuts to not learn. Because that's, I think, my biggest mistake that I did as an artist,
Yeah.
being young, is that I found ways to cheat around it. Like, oh, this person did it like that. I'll just draw what he did exactly without
understanding it. Yeah.
any of the choices he made. And
Yeah.
that information does not
my God.
stick. To this day, don't know how to draw clothes properly because I never fucking did it.
No, but same here. I just
Like-
found like
wait.
one swoop thing that I thought looked cool, and then
Same.
I just try to replicate that to this day.
Yeah,
it's
and it doesn't look cool.
25 years later.
And it doesn't look cool when
No.
I see other people and how they draw clothes, whether it's a baggy shirt, tight pants, or, like one of those college jackets with, whatever the fuck they wear.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking comfortable and cool, and mine look like a mannequin with
A plastic sheet on it.
no, basically,
Yeah.
yes, like this weird paper bag on top of their figure.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm telling you, do not skip the learning. Never skip the learning, because
No.
you're going to be grateful later when you
Exactly.
fucking get a job and you don't have to figure these out
Exactly.
then, because that sucks.
And remember us then.
Remember, if you do skip,
Yes.
remember us.
But it's funny because we've been talking about graphic novels so much. That's why I
Uh-huh.
brought it up again.
Yes.
That I've actually considered making my story into a graphic novel now. Because
Cool, 'cause that's
now
what
I've
I'm
gone the
considering
other
as
way
well.
around. Yeah, I know. But it's probably because you
Yeah, it's
considered
probably-
it.
No, but
This
it's
is
probably-
always the thing. Like, I'm like, well, Elias is considering a graphic novel. I should do a fucking graphic novel.
And I'm actually
I'm going to be
gonna-
first.
And I'm thinking of using Black Sat as my sort of
Inspiration.
inspiration, because I have them at hand.
Yeah. And they are like the best fucking thing
Dude,
ever.
the first one especially,
Mhm.
like I like both, but the first one,
But the first one is when he still used microns or fine liners.
but he's so good.
I know.
Fuck, it's good.
I
Like,
know.
with the lizard coming into his apartment and the
That
fighting
fucking
and all.
fighting. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
But then I also have another dude, Enrique Fernandez. So good. Like his books. God damn it.
Didn't
I
he have a
think-
Kickstarter just now? No, maybe that wasn't him.
No, that's not it.
Fuck.
But
Yeah,
he's
I should
very
be getting that in time. Yeah, I bought
Yeah.
some art book. I've kickstarted a lot of things this year.
I haven't anything.
Oh, really? Like
I
every
think
time I've
Andy,
seen
like
something.
Domino's
Yeah,
was
that
the last
was.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
I
the
think
last
I've
time I
backed
did.
at least 3 after.
Dude, I
Domino's.
do it.
and I forgot
Dude,
everything.
I have
I
the
don't
ones
know
that I
what
haven't
it is.
gotten yet is his.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not done. I think it's even delayed for a bit.
Yep.
But I say delay as long as it's good.
Yeah.
And also Narita Boy, which is like a pixel game that I backed ages ago, and they
And-
just sent like an update.
Oh,
about
so
that.
they're-
I was
they're
like,
still
oh, shit,
going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
like,
good.
okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I backed this.
Yeah.
And those are the two ones that I still have, sort of.
I think I didn't like. I think they ended their Kickstarter, and I had forgotten to back it, the Narita Boy,
Oh, yeah.
because I really wanted. Because I think I told you about it even,
Mm-hmm.
because somebody at Lego told me about it, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Dude, you have to check this out."
Mhm.
And then we'd like, whoa,
Yeah.
fanboyed over it
Yeah.
on one of our episodes, I think. But I totally forgot to back it.
Yeah, but dude,
Son of
you
a
know,
bitch.
I backed Simon Stollenhag's book.
Yeah.
And then there was something wrong with my payment thing.
Ah.
I think it's when Nordea introduced this, like you had to go in
Oh, yeah,
and sort
and,
of
like,
approve.
open
up
to,
your card,
yeah.
for international purchases or something.
Exactly.
And they were like, we
Dude.
can't handle, like, we can't, your money doesn't go through. And I
Yeah.
was totally too late on that. And then
Fantastic.
I didn't back it, so I didn't get a book.
Son of a bitch.
Signed
Yeah.
and everything. Boom.
But anyways, I am thinking of doing a graphic novel from my story now,
Very cool.
because I need to do something with it to make it progress.
Mhm.
Like
And also-
I'm still stuck.
It's fun.
Yes.
Because now you get to visualize it.
because I have visualized it
Yeah.
for this entire process, but now it's like, okay, now I get to go back. Let's start reading what I've written
Mhm.
and see that as panels instead of movie.
I don't.
Yeah, I know, but
That's why I'm afraid to write the
the Olpa story.
Yeah, Olpa story. I can't come up with a name of what that should be called. Legend of Olpa.
Yeah.
But I can't to go from text to panels and shit. How I'm gonna tell the in between stuff.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
yeah.
like I have no fucking idea.
No, same.
And
But
I don't want like this.
For
is
me, I'm like, well, I'm hoping that it saves me from a lot of
oh yeah,
like
yeah.
the stuff in between that I need to write in a book, you
Mhm.
know, where it's like, oh, but you
You
know,
can
there's
gloss
something
over it in the-
happening
yeah.
here that I need to like fluff out. Whereas in a graphic novel, it's
You
just
have
like
to skip things. Yeah.
black page with a text, like next day. Yeah, something. So yeah, I just thought of it like on the way to actually the studio where I because again I forgot to pick it up or bring it with me.
Oh,
So I went in this morning. Like I was thinking the whole of Saturday, I was like, remember Leo, remember Leo, remember Leo. And then it was like I was starting to clean up, and then my sister called and like, where are you?
That's what Robert's sister really sounds.
Yeah, exactly like that. We are related. And it just sort of wiped clean my head, and I just bolted out to a shitty party and forgot and left Leo in the shop again.
And that is my birthday present.
Yes,
for anyone wondering.
Leo. Also the name of said painting, Leo. But yeah, so graphic novel is sort of where I'm fiddling with the idea.
Mhm.
I'm not sold on it yet, but because I've gone the correct way now of producing sort of a story, written down things, have semi kind of backstory for my different characters, I think this could be something. Like,
cool.
I see something there.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awesome.
It's definitely a turd, but I can see it be polished, and hopefully there's more than corn in there, you know.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes. Apparently it tastes like peanuts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but I am curious about the whole graphic novel thing as well. But I know that it's a lot of work.
Exactly.
And a lot of learning, because I have no idea about all the things we just mentioned.
And that's why I want to do it.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I like this Inktober.
Yeah.
Like, I complicated things, but I've also, since COVID fucked everything up, I do have time to actually sit and do it.
Yeah. And that's also like I want to do it with sort of the current settings with my my Procreate, and just do the graphic novel in there instead of.
Dude, yes, but you should try Clip
Studio.
Yeah,
is it better?
Yeah, dude, for comics.
Oh yeah, they have those sort of layouts and stuff,
They have everything, dude.
Is
they
that...
even have fucking pose thing.
Oh
like,
really?
You can add poses. Yeah, like
that's cheating, man. Exactly. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yes.
So, from what I've heard, anyone animating and doing comics,
Clip
Studio is the way to go.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I will check it out.
And it's on the iPad, full like version, just like the computer. I've heard.
Okay.
There might be some things that aren't there, but from what I've heard, it's very good.
Well, because I haven't really seen or tried it.
I've tried the trial on computer, and I was like, I can't learn a new thing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, no, it was on my Surface, so it was just tedious in general.
Okay.
Like, it's tedious, you know, on a good
But
day.
I have seen a lot of people use Clip Studio, especially like manga artists and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So, I will definitely check it out.
And they also have, like, a lot of features, you know, that help you with the like clean lines and stuff like that as well. And it also has, for example, if you're inking and you cross line somewhere, you know, like you go too far, you can just select and it just removes that end.
Ooh.
Just shit like that saves you time.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would you, you know, like,
exactly.
Sure, there's a craftsmanship to all of it and blah, blah, blah. But
like Pathfinder and Illustrator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
or shape.
What's
it called?
Yeah, but I know what you mean. The one that you can just like.
Exactly. You're like.
Take away the excess that sticks out of the thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's called something.
Shape
God
something.
damn it. Let's never talk about it because I'm
no.
not going to be able to let it go.
No. Yeah, exactly.
But it's just like nice tools, you know.
Yeah.
Like they've made it for people actually working with this stuff. So
nice. Yeah.
There's also perspective assistance and stuff like that.
Do you know how much it costs? Or is it the same
there are
sort
two
of...
versions.
I'm guessing it's more expensive than Procreate because they are too
nice. It's a subscription, I think, on the phone.
Oh, okay.
But if you buy the online one, I think it's like $2,000 for one version and $1,000 something for the other.
Oh, okay.
So, and then you have it forever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a subscription thing.
Okay.
It's just the iPhone or the iPad one that is a subscription model.
All right. I'll do more research because I don't have that kind of money to spend at the moment. But that'll be.
But in May, it's your birthday.
Yay! Yes.
That's how we do it.
This is how we do it. Yeah, no, I'll check it out. And I mean, pretty much what I want to say is that it is now I've opened up for the possibility of doing a graphic novel. So it's just fun to, like, all of a sudden the same story has become a new story in that sense.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty cool.
it's just like, you know, you reinvent something that you're sort of sick of just because you're like, well, what if I tried this medium? And that's, you know, for anybody out there being sick and tired of, you know, whatever you are doing, try doing it in a different type of way with something.
That is actually pretty good.
Take yourself out of it, and to sort of start wrapping up the whole being fast and stuff. Premature what?
You wrote that?
No, I didn't.
That's one of your notes?
I was just opening up my phone. So like, if we break it down to what it sort of would insinuate, if
Or just
I
what
can
it
see
comes down to?
the
Yeah.
topic in front of me. But like, do you have actual techniques to draw faster? Because it's sort of, I can say what I do, for instance. I am very much driven by the music that I listen to.
Oh, that helps a lot.
So if I know that it's fucking crunch time, I do have the Lift the Pen playlist, which now have been revamped a bit. So a lot more fast and hard music, just like the porn. And
Never fast enough, never hard enough.
that is also true. Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it. So for me, I just put that on, or like if it's even worse with crunch time, I would definitely go with my drum and bass type of playlist. Just really, really fast tempo drums, because that puts me in a faster mindset, almost like it
And drum and bass is
supercharged.
pretty much the same, right?
Yeah,
Like, it
exactly.
doesn't vary a lot. Like
So
slow,
it's
fast.
the beat is very fast, and then you have this sort of calm melody in between. So that's how I break down drum and bass, I guess. But it's sort of, so it puts you in the right type of mood with that sort of soft melody, but the tempo pushes you to draw faster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's probably not that much faster, but it feels faster.
Feels faster, and
So
that
it f-
sometimes gets you into flow, and that's
Exactly.
enough. Yeah.
And apart from me using or utilizing music to my advantage, also the fire up the ass. Like a
That
deadline.
helps a lot. That
A
helps lot.
deadline, even if you don't have a deadline, put one in your calendar. Give yourself a deadline. You have to be finished by this time.
Yeah.
Like I did with the poster.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be handed in September, and I put the end of August
Yeah, I remember
as
that.
I need to have it done now. And that made sort of the last week of August was, oh fuck, like, oh shit just
Need
got
to
real.
wrap- yeah, I need to
So
wrap
I
this
need
shit
to
up.
I need to do it, because procrastination all of August pretty much. And then brap, just in that last week it got done magically. Oh wow, who would have thought? Robert waiting until the end of crunch time. Yeah.
And what I can add to that is the fire up the ass is not a great way to work,
Definitely not.
but it really, like for me, it makes me take away all that shit that I do on my own work, like personal work, where it just takes more time than it needs to. All that falls away.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time.
No.
I don't have the luxury to fiddle with details that no one's going to see.
You stop thinking.
And, yeah,
pretty
and
much.
you just like big picture, Elias, big
Yeah.
picture.
Get it
big
done.
picture,
Get it done.
exactly. Big shapes, big stuff, you know. And that's how you should be thinking. I don't know what it is with the deadline that does it, but because I don't zoom in. I don't, you know, like I try to get the overall thing and then I clean it down and, you know, like keep polishing it until it's finished.
Yeah.
But never, you know, like, oh, I'm going to zoom in here and play with the details in the eye. Like that's not going to happen.
No, because
Like maybe at the end, if I have some time, I'll just go in and do some stuff that is good for me, you know, but
Yeah.
it's not necessary for the end product. whatever the
it's
fuck
not
it
going
is.
to add, because
That
you're
much,
not
yeah.
going to see it.
Yeah,
Like,
most
if
likely,
it
no
is
one's-
those types of details, it's
Yeah.
like, seriously, you need to print it out poster size for it to be
Oh, yeah, to
visible.
be visible,
anyways,
yeah.
you're not going to see that in a phone.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but that's it. And it's super important to just, like, when it comes to becoming faster, though, like just as a bottom line, is to learn, not to copy just straight off and not understanding. It's learning how to break shit down and then being able to replicate that without your reference.
Yeah.
That makes you faster and more confident. The more confident you are about a certain thing, like if I tell you to draw a bottle, most of us can figure that out.
Yeah.
And you'll have a decent bottle. But if you
Drunks.
don't have exactly that reference and you're drawing a bottle, it's going to look, like my daughter drew it.
Yeah.
And she understands the basic shape of a bottle. And
Drunks.
but it's still, like you need to put that time in. How do I break this down so that I can draw it?
Yeah.
No matter how I draw it,
Exactly.
and that is, you just need to learn. It's so boring, but it's always the truth,
Yeah.
just,
I guess a different way of saying it is like you need to slow it down before you can go fast.
Yeah, before you can go fast, yeah.
But also, all right, so the last part, I guess, is when should you slow down? Or should you slow down at any stage? Because I think, what I mean with that, I guess, is, for instance, I know now that I need to take a break from my piece.
Always.
Before finishing it, I need to step away from it. And that's something that I didn't do. When I started doing my poster stuff,
Yeah.
from Mad Max onward, really, it was just printing them out, just
I remember.
spitting them out
Insane,
as
yeah.
fast as I could. But if I had just sort of, before rendering everything 100%, take a break, go
Move
get a
on.
coffee.
Or move on to another piece.
Or move
for
on-
a while.
yeah,
just
even
for
that,
a while,
even
yeah.
that.
Just start sketching the initial stuff on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Seriously, just a minute is enough.
Yeah.
But you can take anything from a minute to weeks. But
Yeah.
a break.
Yeah.
And then go back. Because then you're going to see all of the fucking mistakes that you did. Instead of rendering it out, publishing it, and then after a few days look at it and you're like, it's
Son
all
of a
shit.
bitch, yeah.
It's all shit. Which everything is anyways. But
Eventually.
Eventually.
It is.
yeah, so that is for me at least, I mean, it is slowing down because you need that time.
Yeah.
But it's still going to help you because it's going to make you just feel better about the shit that you are producing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with that, I think...
No, but I think that's a really good thing. Just do slow down to sort of speed up.
Exactly.
And
And
it's very nice.
Plan, you lazy fuck.
And also do what I do. Do sketches.
Yeah.
Don't go in with your initial idea and then just it's good enough. If you're drawing for yourself and you have the opportunity to learn about what you're doing, take some time. It's fun. I enjoy the sketches more than I enjoy the final piece. It is a lot of fun in exploring what I could do with it.
Yeah, keep telling yourself. Yeah.
No, they're awesome. I love.
It's I can't see myself do those fucking...
No, but they're fun.
Yeah, I know.
I personally like them because they're so loose and sort of they have so much
Sorry,
loosey.
I
Shut
had
up.
to. I had to.
I knew it was coming as soon as I. Screwy Lou. But it is fun. It has so much movement and life, and then you try to translate that into whatever the fuck you're doing.
No, I really, really should. 100%. And
I've said this from the start.
I know. I
4
do that
years
with
later.
everything. I'm I should be training. I should be eating better. I should... Fuck you, Rob. Just live your life. Do whatever the fuck you want. Yes.
Yes.
That's my new thing.
exactly.
No, it's not a new thing. That's what I've been doing all this time. But yeah, I think that wraps up the whole fucking no more faster and no more longer. Harder.
Longer.
Longer?
Harder.
Oh, doesn't that
Never
go hand?
long enough.
Yeah,
Never
same
hard
as that swooshy swoosh.
And we're back.
Hello.
Welcome to Toolies.
Toolies.
With me, Ilias.
And me, Roberto. Lees. Toolies.
Yeah, we're going to talk Toolies.
Toolies?
So, we're on Inktober week. I don't know. But we are here.
We're still here.
Spending a lot of time on
Yes,
Inktober.
we are. No, we're at the halfway mark now.
Almost. Oh, shit, no. By
Well,
when
by the
this comes
time
out,
you hear this, we should
past-
be at the half.
Past,
Yeah, even
past the half. Past
right.
half.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, shit, whatever the word is.
So, how is it going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Like I said, I'm spending way more time than I ever planned on, but I'm getting faster now. Now that I've done a lot of the sort of studies that I'm doing all the time, and I'm doing them at all times as well. So I'm not just doing them when I'm doing the Inktober's. If I know that I have, we're out somewhere and I have my little sketchbook, I'll do them there as well. Just keep trying to get ideas. Now I have an idea
Cool.
sitting. I'm just gonna. I don't have like I haven't read the themes or the prompts in advance, so I don't know what's coming. Like, I don't know tomorrow's, but I know today's.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I just
Isn't it better to like
know
at
them
least
all?
check?
Yeah.
No, not know them all, but at least check for tomorrow.
Oh
so
shit! Yeah,
like
that's
in the back of your head, you can
work on it. No, I won't. It's like this episode. Like, what are we talking about today? I'm like, my brain just doesn't want to like right now. Like,
All right.
So I'm just taking them as I come by them, and I do make designs so that if a prompt fits, because I feel as soon as I start sort of forcing them, I start forgetting them.
Yeah.
Basically. So I'm
And I
just
think
trying to
you
keep
can
it fun.
you can always sort of fit in the prompt,
Yeah,
kind of like.
but I want it to be cool now.
Yeah, of
that I've
course.
started
Because
doing
you've like with each piece you've done this Inktober, you have stepped it up.
That's horrible though.
Yeah, I
because
know.
I'm just like,
But this
what
is
do I do today?
exactly. I'm waiting for the banana peel to come. Like to be honest, the latest piece, what was it, trashy? No,
Oh, disgusting.
disgusting. That was the one that sort of started failing for me because I didn't understand it. Like when you explained it,
Yeah, but it's a disgusting monster.
yeah. But
Like, it's
like
mud.
what's happening in
Oh
the
shit!
image.
Yeah, but I failed inking wise.
Yeah.
Holy crap! That was.
But that's the one that was like, okay, now this one I don't really like. But up until that point, it was just like better and better and better and better and better and better. Like the knife throwing one blew my head off. Like I love that so much because you have so much intensity in like the whole of the image. It's perfect. So more of that. No pressure.
But no pressure. Oh Jesus! Yeah. No. And I think that. Like failing some, I think just failing the idea there is one I have to go back to at a later time.
But it's
and
a
try to
necessity
redo
too,
again, because that's what I did with some of the ones from last year that I mentioned with the beacon of hope or light.
Oh yeah.
And I did it better this year, so I'm gonna try to revisit that one or just some type of slashing.
Yeah.
Where I don't fail in the sort of like the telling of it, because. Straight inks, very unforgiving, and once you fail, you just like, I'll just work around it, and but it's like it's not a great feeling. But I've
There's
learned
always white.
Yeah, but it doesn't cover that black because it's water soluble, so
yeah.
it just becomes mush.
Yeah.
But it is still fun. Like it is a lot of fun. Like the monster was a lot of fun. The backflip that I did was fun, and
The
then
poses
the
are
connecting
great. Like
poop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did
when
enjoy
I look
those pieces.
Yeah, because when you look at what she's doing, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because you don't see the slashing anymore.
No, that's
although
the
it's
thing.
there, and
Yeah.
there's like these super cool speed lines, or like no, not speed lines, but the
slash lines or
when where the impact was.
Oh, yeah.
There's still like delayed sort of like slashing. Yeah, like that white thing you see in video games when you hit something and there's
pling.
Yeah, the white thing flashes like a response to the hit.
Yeah.
That's there. It looked really good until I failed with the like that tentacle or slime tentacle coming towards her.
Oh yeah.
That one just I was gonna be like it gets cut off and then like no it doesn't. I fucked up. Like I didn't plan it well, and that's
planning.
I didn't plan it. I didn't draw that on the side.
Yeah.
I was like I'll just solve it when I get there.
That's what I
Proved to
ended the
be-
last segment with. Plan, you lazy fuck.
Yeah.
That's what it. Yeah.
But I do.
yeah, I know.
I just didn't plan that
See,
specific.
this is what happens. This is what happens.
That's it.
You see what happens.
But yeah, I'm not as stressed anymore though. Like that has gone down a bit.
Nice.
I've also taken down the social media this weekend. I've barely been in. So I'm trying to sort of keep that. Like, I post and then I'm there.
Yep.
The day after, no.
Okay. Nice.
I'll reply to my comments. That's it.
Yeah.
And then leave it and not check for the likes.
Good.
Because that stressed me out.
Yeah.
Because I was comparing to last year where I had like 4,000 or 5,000 likes per piece.
Yeah.
And this year it's been 300, 400, 5. And then the knife throwing one went to 2,000, I think.
Yeah, that's
or
awesome.
something. But still, not focused on that.
No.
Even though that was the reality last year.
That's
I'm
the
not in
trap.
control. Yeah, I'm not in control.
Yeah.
So just draw the pieces, have fun with them, and move on.
And let people think what they think.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the
And-
best way to go.
And I'm trying to also sort of like have people get involved in like, oh, what do we call the city that she lives in or, whatever. And small things like that. And it's fun. And I have no idea what to call it. I got some name suggestions and we'll start playing around with ideas so I can write them down.
Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, can't wait. I can't wait to see just the progression of
Jesus,
whatever
yeah.
is coming next.
Yeah, I don't even know today's. Like I told you what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And then I have no idea how to do it.
Just do it.
But I have two ideas. I just need to figure them out.
Well, that's good. That's one more than you need. So
Mhm.
go for it. Anything else to add? Any new
Inktober.
discoveries or like profundities?
Profundities? No. It's just that I'm getting faster again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
They're getting faster. Like the one with the monster, the knife throwing one. Like once I am done with what I need to do and how it's going to look, it's not a problem putting it down on paper. And what I've noticed is now that I plan them on the side, like I don't draw the whole squarish thing. Like, I don't draw the whole composition as a whole,
No.
but I'll draw, like, oh, well, the background could look like this line, tree in the front. And then I have the character, I have whatever else is in it. And then I can place them in the picture in a good way without it sort of like before it was like, oh, I put him too low or I put Link too high or I put him in the ground, I did that so many times last year. And I've been able to sort of like the blob monster. When I drew it on my sketchbook or like on the side, it was sort of like a long piece.
Okay.
Where the tongue came out or the tentacle thing came out like a long way. So I was like, oh, I should do it like a two-page spread. And then like, no, I don't have the pages for it.
Yeah.
So I'll do it in one. And I was just like, okay, this goes there. It just like worked.
Nice.
And it's been like that throughout. And it's getting better, I think.
And that's also the learning that comes with doing it so much.
Yes.
That you can improvise sort of on the fly with it. Because
it gives you a lot of tools to just because you're doing it so much. There's like, okay, but I can't do that there because there's
like
there's
the
a lot of
emphasis you put on tools right then.
Yeah,
Because we are in tools.
Yes. But it is cool. It is cool. Like it's such a from what I experienced last year doing it, where I did it way faster, but thoughtless.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it the other way around, where I'm putting a lot of thought into it. But as soon as the design is done, like it's just like
it creates itself.
Yeah, it's basically printing it. Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah. I wish I could get that.
The printing?
The printing. Yeah. Now for me, I've given up on the likes and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I do find myself going in and checking because I can't help it.
Yeah.
But it is seriously. I'm not getting over the 100. It's just so
But are
slow.
you using any hashtags? Because you have to use them.
I
That's
only
the thing.
use the Inktober.
Yeah,
Like
but
Inktober
that's the thing,
2020.
yeah, but
And
it
Inktober.
gets lost. That's why I
It
use like the strategy of using big hashtags and small ones.
Yeah. No.
You gotta do it. Like,
And that was the thing. I wanted
yeah.
to just test to see what happened if I
Okay,
only
you
used
use
the Inktober one.
and do what I do. I use the same ones every day. I don't even care if they ban me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fuck it. I've been using these ones since last Inktober.
Okay.
I'm just using the same. I have them on. I don't even write them. I double hashtag.
All right.
And I've done a shortcut on my phone.
Yeah.
That you can do through your what is it called? Skrivbord. Or not tangentbord.
Keyboard.
Keyboard, yeah.
Mhm.
In your keyboard on your phone, like in the settings, you can add all your hashtags to a command. Like double hashtag gives me, I think, 20 hashtags or 15 hashtags.
No
that
way.
I have. And then I add some specific ones to my image, and that's it.
What?
So fuck you, Instagram, and all your stupid shit. I don't care if you block me for using the same ones over and over. I'm going to keep using them
Awesome.
because I'm lazy.
But that is if anything from this episode, that's
Best
the best fucking tool ever.
It
All
is
right,
true.
so-
I've given it before.
Yeah, I know
At
you
some
have,
point,
but
yeah.
now you really explained it well, and maybe I was listening this time. But
Yep.
yeah, I need to definitely do that. But again, I'm just gonna continue doing this now
Dude.
because for me,
Okay.
it's become more of a social experiment
Mhm.
with that. Just all right, how much do I get with just the Inktober? Just so we can, or for me at least, so I can get a proper number on this is how much you get from that.
From just using
Just using Inktober. So because I've already gone so far, it feels sort of meh.
But you haven't even gone halfway, though.
Yeah.
If it's not working, I would change the strategy.
But it's not
Strategy.
like the strategy isn't to gain all of, like, that's not what I'm doing.
No.
I'm doing it just for myself. Again,
Yeah.
like, as long as I can keep producing something every day or publish something every day, or post, I mean, fuck, then I feel like I have achieved, you know. So every morning when I wake up, that's the first thing I do. Like, just sit up in bed. I start checking like my daily routine. I post my Inktober. I post the music prompt, and that's me going on with my day. Like I'm just gonna keep doing it.
That's what you should do. You should post, and then you erase the app. And then at night you download it again.
Yes, I should start doing that.
But there probably is an app for locking some apps.
Yeah,
I think
so.
there is. I think there's like.
Yeah, there is. There is definitely, like.
I'm just too lazy to use that stuff.
And who cares?
Yeah.
But in terms of my Inktober's, like, I've gotten used to the brushes in Procreate now, and I'm really wearing down my nib with the Tinderbox ink brush.
Yeah.
I really, really love it now. Like, the only thing I did with it was reduce the sort of fluffiness of the brush. So, like, the jitter, I guess.
Yeah. No, jitter is like how sort of spread out the
that's what I've
are.
reduced.
Fuzziness is the fade.
Yeah. So I made it a little sharper. Is what I've done.
Like what I showed you with the one that you hated.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
But I still want texture in the brush, and I love the fact that when I do like cross hatch, there is darker in the middle of the cross.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels like I'm using like watered down ink pen. It just feels a little bit more real than.
Have you tried adding a bleed to it as well?
Well, it does have a little bit of a bleed because every time you draw a line and you let it go, it bleeds a bit. Yeah. So it's just fun to see it too. And then I'm just playing around with the different textures that I do, sort of almost like a thumbprint or a fingerprint type texture that I've started utilizing, and just going bananas with all the different things.
But are you enjoying them?
I've started enjoying them more now.
Okay, because when we talked last, I was like, why are you going to do 30 days of this shit?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If you don't, like...
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Because I obviously listened to the episode before releasing it. And I was like, well, I am past that now. Yeah, during this week, it's become a lot more fun. Plus, I had 1 day off where I got to sit down and really experiment a lot more and just, you know, with the Thundercat sort of skull thing.
I like that one.
That one obviously took a little longer because it looks a lot more polished and clean, and I experimented with tattoo designs and like I just had fun with it, you know? Yeah. And after that, I kind of went frozen on the whole Inktober thing and just like, well, okay, today I felt like drawing a chalice with fire, and it's shit, but it's there. It's done. And like a shitty teddy bear with stabby knives, and, you know, it's just like idea in head. Boom, out. Yeah, just like that. And I just crap them out by the week load. So at this point, like today we are at day, 13, 12?
No, 12, I think.
Yeah, 12. So day 12, I have a week's worth of Inktobers already done.
God damn it.
So like with that I'm totally chill, you know?
Yeah, you have time to spend like a longer time on one design.
Exactly. And that's the fun part now.
Yeah.
But I'm still like doing them sort of shittily.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather do them super sloppy and then start cleaning them up now, rather than go in and try to polish it and Again, kind of what we talked about earlier with the faster thing. Now I just do the whole Inktober thing with the Tinderbox brush and then use the same brush but with the eraser. And then work both ways.
So you can erase,
add, and erase, add.
But not having opacity to play around with.
Exactly.
It's just
just
one.
just
yeah,
that. Yeah, and really because I am using a digital format, really utilizing that instead of like, well, I'm gonna use it just like an ink brush
Real
on paper.
ink, yeah.
Like
And
no,
not get
what
any
would
desired effect that
exactly?
you want.
What
yeah.
would be the point of that? Like then I should have just done it on paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having fun with it. Like seriously, it's I still have a lot of dark shit in my head, and it's so much fun seeing that come out.
Dude,
And you know,
Doesn't matter,
at
yeah.
this stage, also I need some sort of outlet to get rid of some shit, and this is perfect. So you're gonna see a lot of dark shit coming out.
no, but I think it's just like we said, we do this for ourselves, and then if people do like it, it is a bonus.
Yeah. And I mean, I could, as soon as I drew Batman, you know, the
Yeah.
likes just went, "Bruh."
Of
Even-
course. fan
not
art,
even with
yeah.
the Batman hashtag. But you know, you
It's
just see,
recognizable
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
exactly. So I do have a Spidey coming up. We'll see if
It should be up by the time this comes out.
Yeah, it should. We'll see if that gets more likes than Batman. So
That is true.
battle is on. Yes.
Yeah, because
DC or
Spider-Man
Marvel?
comes out a lot later than Batman did. So
Mm-hmm. Oh man, there's. I'm gonna save that for retro. Yeah, fuck it.
cool.
There's new news.
New news.
Spidey news.
Cool.
Yes, cool.
Let's do it.
Um,
I'm ready for those news.
yeah, I'm like, do I have anything else?
Yeah.
Nope, I have
No,
nothing
I
else.
don't think so. I
Nope.
think we covered a lot in the topic. And
I mean,
now
we're still going strong. We're still in it. Thankfully, at this stage, it looks like my prediction is gonna not come true with me being like totally dry out with ideas on the
by
halfway mark.
Yeah, no, same here.
So because now I am I'm done to the halfway point. So
You're past the
I'm
halfway
past
point.
it. Yeah, I'm already
fuck.
past it, which feels
I wish.
fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna do more yesterday on Sunday, but like I said, hectic weekend, and I planned to be 2 ahead.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No, but
one.
I mean, if I would have done what you're doing, if
Yeah.
just actual ink on paper, obviously it wouldn't have been as easy as it has been because now
Yeah.
I do them on the train, in the shop between
Yeah.
clients. Like here, there. I always have the iPad with me.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have those exact tools with me everywhere I went, and I wouldn't be able to use them everywhere I was. So that's why I am ahead. And
but
that's also why I chose to do it digitally, because I was predicting to be very busy and, well, kind of didn't want to kill myself. So, yeah.
I have
digital.
my tools everywhere, but it's been that we've been doing stuff where I haven't been sitting. So
Yeah. So it's understandable that it's harder to be ahead of time when you're doing it with multiple.
Dude, I was last year as well. Like
Yeah.
I think I was like 5-6 ahead. And then we had
All
the
of a sudden-
event.
yeah,
a-
and then you're
I
just
wasn't.
like,
yeah.
yes,
And then I wasn't.
behind
Then I was
all of a
4
sudden. Yeah.
days behind.
Yeah, that's me pretty much every year.
Oh shit! Yeah, but I think this year will be fine so far. Like we don't
So
have
far,
a
so
lot,
good.
no events,
No.
nothing.
Thank you, COVID.
Yeah.
2020, woohoo! Best year ever.
And with that, we move on.
Moving
to
on.
Retro. Freddy, when are you gonna bring me my retro? Cool.
So retro?
Mm-hmm.
Are we retroing?
We are retroing. Retro. Welcome to the retro section of this episode.
The retro section.
This not section.
You said
Portion.
section.
Yeah, I know,
portion.
I said no, not portion.
Retro part. Retro. The retro.
Yeah, welcome to the retro.
Ilias had this face where it's like,
I was like,
what is that bad smell? Like that was the face he was thinking.
exactly. What is that smell that
Yeah.
came out as whatever the fuck we just said?
Retro part.
But retro part, we're gonna move on and just forget everything we said up to this.
Exactly.
point.
Forget
Welcome to
everything.
the retro. It's time for the homework we gave you
Homework!
last week.
Yes. And
Yeah.
yeah. So with
We've
this,
seen something good.
exactly. And
So excited.
Ilias got to choose this one, and
And
Oh,
Ilias
boy.
actually owned this one.
yeah, he fucking did.
One of
For
10
once.
movies that I actually own.
Yeah, he owns it. It's his DVD that we watched. Fantastic.
First
it
time.
felt so weird.
So,
I held it in my hand.
yeah.
a physical DVD from Ilias.
Ilias.
Yes, yes.
I gave you like
Yeah, I know.
half of my movies.
And half of those I had given you.
I
So-
know. Oh man.
So this one was special.
Yeah.
And I mean, this movie is really special for us.
Mhm.
Like, I remember when you introduced it to me,
And
it blew my socks off after it blew my head off.
I pirated it
Yeah.
allegedly
Yeah,
off of a site that I
Because I got it allegedly from
from someone.
yes,
But it was just one of those movies, I just saw the cover. I was like, ooh, cool.
samurai stuff.
Yeah, and never heard of this movie before.
No,
It's just like, oh, it released last year in Japan. Okay, cool. I'll watch it.
and
Amazing.
oh my god,
Like, there is no, like, as much as Aladdin was dicks, this one was the exact opposite.
this was pussies.
What? No.
The exact opposite of dicks.
Disc.
Dicks.
What? Yes, we are tired now.
Well, we can't say balls because
well,
that's not
That's
It's
not,
not the
same.
opposite.
Yeah, it's not the opposite.
no.
But yeah, holy crap though. This movie
Bag of cunts.
is it doesn't get better. You
No?
didn't make it better.
Okay,
Ah,
try again. Yeah, this movie.
this movie is really good though.
Yes, it is. It is one of the best animes or anime.
Yeah.
What's it called? OVAs? Or like
I don't know what the fuck that stands for.
Anime
I even
movie.
looked.
standalone movie.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
I
cool.
guess.
I looked it up and I totally forgot.
Yeah, I didn't look
But
it up.
it is a
Yeah.
really fucking good movie. Like, the plot is something we've heard a million times. It's about this Ronin that
He's done some bad shit.
Yeah,
and he
and
needs sort of
redemption.
yeah,
And he meets
uh,
this little kid that has sort of escaped some baddies for some reason that we don't know yet.
and the baddies are after him.
Oh, yeah, by the way, spoilers.
Yeah.
A lot of
Oh, yeah.
spoilers.
So if you haven't seen Sword
Sword.
of the Stranger, if we didn't mention that,
We
that
didn't
was
mention
no,
it here
yeah.
and
So
there.
the homework that we are talking about that you've had a full week to see this
Find
movie and
it.
find it. Yeah, sorry if it was difficult to find it.
But it's really good.
Yeah, the Highlander I can imagine was also very difficult
Yeah,
to
but
find.
nobody cares.
Nobody fucking does this homework anyways. You just listen to us babbling, and especially me getting up to like I don't know what speed I'm talking in when I go into
But this
retro mode.
movie
But
is,
oh my fucking
yeah,
god,
fucking
this is
good.
so good. Yeah. Spoiler alert, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Pause this shit and watch this movie.
Yes.
This goes to every single one of you out there, whether you sort of kind of like anime or if you really fucking love anime. This is the best of the best that you can find out there, pretty
and
much.
it has some big animation names that we did not know, but they basically animated every big fight in any fucking anime you've ever seen.
Yeah.
The
What was the
people
company
are
called?
working
Bones?
on this. Yeah, Bones and
Oh, but just like the
I don't remember shit. dude.
the company that made
Yeah.
this movie, production
It's
company.
worked on
Bones.
Naruto, like the big, like the movie fight.
Yeah.
The movies
And,
with the fights
you know,
and the big stuff.
We've talked about this, I think, before, but when you have these sort of small segments in an episode that has like a really cool fight, when
Yeah.
you see that the animation is
Like,
changed
yeah,
and the
it's
fighting is like so fucking badass,
much better than anything you've seen during that episode.
that's this
This
company
team,
or
yeah.
this team, these people. And
And-
now they made a movie.
And the director as well, not being part of that team, working on this, is also an action director that worked on Cowboy Bebop and some other cool shit.
Yeah, and he's
So-
from, like, he's an animator. I think this was his first director, actually.
Was it?
I thought that's
Oh,
what he
well.
said. Like, it was
No
his-
matter what it was, like this movie is basically
the
they
best
have
of the
this
best.
thin plot about the samurai needing redemption, and he meets this kid, and you know they have this bond, and then the kid gets grabbed by the bad guys, and he's gonna save the kid.
Yeah,
That's the
it.
story.
That's
That's it. But then they sort of like what they take time in this movie where that they didn't in the Highlander movie is that first they got voice actors that aren't dog shit.
Yeah.
And everyone talks like,
And this one, we actually watched the English version one because we have
Even, yeah.
watched the Japanese one for billions and billions of times, just so we could kind of not be 100% focused on
reading, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, so we could look at the movie for its animation and not for the talking.
Exactly.
But it was good. Like the
Yeah.
voice actors
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
good.
I mean, I didn't get bothered by any of the voice
them.
acting.
Yeah.
No.
But it's fucking like the amount of sort of like detail that they put into this movie that didn't need to be there, but just adds that extra little sort of frosting on your cake. Like,
and especially comparing it to the previous movies that we have watched, like both The Cauldron and Highlander.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing against the Black Cauldron. Like, the animation in that is, you know, good and fluent, but it doesn't have any big action sequences or anything like that.
Like, the best parts in that movie is when that barbarian type slashes against the kid.
Exactly, and that's
like,
really well made.
It's super well made.
So
and it has like a nice weight to it.
If
but
they
this
had
movie,
like a proper action scene, that would probably be good, like well enough animated to not be shat on by us.
Yeah, agreed.
But Highlander, like even though it had some cool moments, was nothing. Like
Dude,
it didn't have shit compared to this.
Yeah, because just the opening, like
the
10
minute.
seconds, or
the
minute,
the first minute,
the first fucking minute.
Oh my god!
They animated more stuff in that 10 minutes or 1 minute. They start up than the whole Highlander movie put together.
No joke.
Because Highlander was a lot of freeze frames,
Yeah.
and characters like frozen in time.
The stuff we
sort of.
talk about with cheating. That's sort of what they do with anime in general, really.
In general, but in this movie,
they try to
do
get
it
away
well.
with it.
Yeah.
Where here, they're like, well, no, we are going to animate that. You're going to see every move, and we're going to slow it down for you, too.
Dude,
like, so this moment is just a little bit in slow-mo, so you can see, like, the sort of twitch in his eye before he does this super move. And everything. Like, everything
there's
is
this
just
bad guy that like slashes through them. He's running, first of all, and then just cuts through this bunch, like turning and like moving around them, and just like it's all animated, so you don't have to like wonder what's happening. You can clearly see what's happening.
Yeah, so if this would have been Highlander, you would have seen the guy run, and it would have been like him in a run cycle, and then they would have cut to people sort of exploding.
You hear
but
the
just
cutting.
Still frames, and then having like the sound of blood going psh, and then have
people,
those sort of line
so annoying
things, and then cut back to him running again, and then the same thing again.
And maybe see him sort of like after the slash, sort of like holding his sword really still.
Or maybe like a black screen and you see a white thing going to emulate a sword thing. Yeah, no, here
Not
you
in
see
this movie.
every fucking thing. They don't cheat.
They even animate the sword being tossed and spinning.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much fun to draw.
And disappearing.
And also, the sword, you don't just follow the sword getting smaller and flying away. There's, like, cameras following the sword. So let's say you toss the sword, but then it's sort of like the camera starts going around the sword, sort of, and it just follows it up. And then, like, they cut to this other angle where the sword hits, and it's just, what?
Yeah. And it's so powerful. Like, everything
holy
here.
shit,
like, every parry, every like stroke of the sword,
or just pushing the kid down when the bad guys are like pushing him, or like throwing a rock or something. When they hit,
you feel it. You
really
feel
like
it.
The sound effects are awesome.
And remember, this is a hand-drawn movie. Like, it's not
from 13 years ago.
Exactly, 13 years ago. Like
there's so much has happened, in animation. Because I think the worst thing about this movie is like some of the stiffer backgrounds, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even that doesn't bother you.
No,
for because
you shouldn't really be looking at the backgrounds.
No,
in that
but I'm just saying
sense.
that they didn't spend money where they didn't have to.
Exactly,
and they spent it in all the key places.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
But when the first guy sort of like kills all the bandits and then jumps from the cliff down. And you don't see the guy just jumping. You see him reflected in the eyeball
of the guy
that he's about to get stabbed. Like,
that scene is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And the same thing with the bandit leader when he runs towards him, he just tosses the sword into his mouth.
Yeah,
and it's just like, and he just falls backwards like. Poof.
Yeah,
like, and then like it begins for real. Basically,
exactly. Like, I wonder if they did like actual choreography, like had
that's what it feels like
actual people doing it and then drawing from that, because like how would you be able to draw that?
Think of that. But then I've seen people like Rocket Boy on like Instagram and stuff, and dude, that kid can fucking animate.
Oh yeah.
It's the one. Have you seen those like Kung Fu Lion things that I sent you a way back?
well, yes, I have.
Probably.
But I
It's just
doesn't,
like
like,
how
ring a
he
bell.
does those. Like
Mm.
like you do study martial arts films and stuff like that, and then you make something up. Like it's like
Yeah.
Korra, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just the
Beautiful stuff.
when she gets to the island for the first time.
That's
you know.
actually a good reference point to this. It
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of Sword of the Stranger a bit.
In the fighting, you mean?
Yeah, with like Korra in general.
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, Korra is obviously it's a bigger show, and it's like they have to cheat more in those types of
course,
shows.
it's a lot more
But
simplified.
the quality in Korra is like
fucking good.
still one.
That's
I think
why when I
one
look
of the
at
best.
yeah, because when I
uh,
look at Aang now, like
It just doesn't
Um,
hold up.
it doesn't hold up. Like it's fun still.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
but the fighting, what they learned in like the Legend of Aang, is so much better
Yeah.
in Korra. Like when she delivers
years.
blows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you feel those fucking
Exactly.
because it felt a
Like
bit more
they did
made
their
up in the
studies.
first one.
They
yeah,
really did their studies.
they fucking did. And
Yeah.
it's so friggin' good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first kick Korra throws when she gets to the market and those bandits are sort of messing, and she just does this like spinning back kick and just gets him. I'm
Mm.
like, yes, that's when they had me. You know, like I was like,
Yes. Please.
I'm watching all of it.
Yeah. I don't think I've finished it, to be honest. What? Is it 4 seasons or is
I
it
don't
3?
remember. I don't remember now. Like it's all just mush,
Because I only have the 3 seasons,
but it's really good.
and I still haven't seen like the crescendo of it.
Oh man.
Not that I can remember, at least.
No, but I think the first season is the strongest one with the that
Iron
weird-
Benders stuff. Oh yeah,
No,
no,
no, the guy with the mask.
What was his name? Memon or
Yeah, Amon.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever his
Something
face.
like that.
Yeah, but I like.
Oh yeah,
that
Amon.
idea. Yeah,
Like with
yeah, I really like that one.
very very.
But yeah,
cool.
Sword of the Stranger.
Sword of the Stranger.
This is, oh man, like Sword of the Stranger has some of the best fucking anime fights in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially because I always keep forgetting how good the ending is.
Oh yeah.
Like the end
So
fight
powerful.
is so powerful. Just like from this, like if you connect with the characters early on,
Which you do.
which you
cannot
do
help, because
if you're not an asshole.
and just to intersect between here,
Yeah,
that's what they do so great in this movie.
think so
that
too, like-
I think most of the other movies we've watched skip totally.
yeah, and I think that dog really helps that.
oh
like
yeah,
the Shiba
of
really
course,
helps.
yes. Oh my
'Cause
god,
the kid
yes.
alone,
He's
it
a-
is as annoying as kids can be in
Exactly.
real life. Like I can see my son in that kid.
Yeah,
Like, but the dog helps.
but they build the relationship here. They
So well,
build
yeah.
the characters up, and it's not like forced in. It's just like, well, they have to travel and move because
Yeah,
they have,
but the
point
kid
A
is
to B.
distrustful, and he's a Ronin. You know.
Yeah,
and
and you slowly get to learn why the kid is
Mm.
in that situation,
Yeah.
and all. Like they just give
and
you
his backstory as well. Like
Yeah,
you do get his backstory.
exactly,
in
and you
there.
do sympathize with
Yeah.
each character. There's not a single character
But
here
what-
that feels left out
No.
or feels, neglected in any way.
Yeah.
I would have liked to know more about Ken Masters or the Blondie dude,
Oh, the blondie dude. Yeah.
but
But I kind of like that his drive isn't just to be immortal or take over the world.
no,
He just
he
like
wants a
he's-
good fight. Like his life
Yes.
is about the fight.
yeah, but because
And-
they're taking a type of drug that makes you like desensitized, and it feels like it doesn't just do it emotionally, but it's just like when you get stabbed, like
You don't feel
don't
the
feel
pain.
the pain.
Yeah,
But I think it also sort of does it on a personal level or on a mental level as well. It feels
yeah,
like
they
it's
get
like
dulled down.
yeah, they dull you down a bit,
Mhm.
and the only thing to give him a rush is like a near-death experience.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And he's super skilled.
And he's
obviously.
very good, and all he wants is to like pick fights with people just to sort of
Yeah.
like test his powers.
Oh my
or
god!
like his fighting
and
prowess.
the build up to that is
Mhm.
so badass. I really enjoyed the bridge scene
yeah,
because it's
it
so
was
intense.
So intense, yeah.
and so well made too.
Yeah, and so ice cold, and you
Yeah.
feel how sort of like the main guy, No Name,
Yeah.
is sort of so ice cold.
Yeah.
Because he knows how good he is,
Mm-hmm.
and that guy knows how good he is,
Yeah.
and that they are sort of on a equal level.
And we've seen both of them fight
separately.
So we know how fucking badass both
Yeah.
of them are,
And they build it up
This
so
is
well.
this is what we want to see, and they just
They tease you. Yeah, they
it's
just
such
give
a
you
good
tease.
tease too.
Such
Yeah,
a good tease. Yeah, it's not unsatisfying
No.
in any way.
no,
You get so much out of it. And that's like, I think,
the best build up to the final one.
to the final
Yeah.
fight. But also, like, I think something that saves, like, what makes you connect with the characters early on is the dog getting poisoned.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
They
just
both
that fight as well.
they both care
Yeah.
so much. Like, yeah, it's just emotion.
Yeah.
Like they get it out,
So-
and of course, it's the perfect way to get emotion is
Yeah.
dogs.
Dogs,
Like,
dude. Animals
everybody
being
loves
hurt,
dogs.
Yeah.
Especially Shibas. They're fucking cute.
Cutest fucking
Yes.
animals.
What's his name? Tofu-chan.
Mhm.
Yeah, go check him out. Instagram.
But also, something that I thought of. Yeah. Some of the first voice acting you get to hear is like two mundane guards.
Yeah, just
And it's good. Like,
Yeah.
it's like them talking is better than anything that was ever said in Highlander, or actually in the Black Cauldron as well. Like, it is not nonsense like in the
No.
Black Cauldron
and
or
that
Highlander.
that's what I wanted to get to as well, because just their little ramble,
Yeah,
like the way
just
they
like
two
random
talk,
shit
they
about what's happening.
give you the full exposition of what's happening. Like after their little talk, you are up to date with sort of the whole story.
Yeah,
and you
sort of?
just sort of, kind of the whole story.
And you know what I like about their voices or their voice actors? It's not
Everything.
like, it's not those typical anime like, well, Master Roshi, no. They're not surfers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
all
yeah.
surfer dudes. That,
No, they're
no,
like
they're
genuine
actually-
people.
yeah, they feel like real people just talking about, and of course they're talking about the plot
Yeah.
or like what's happening.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's in a good way though.
Yeah. I can't say anything bad about this movie. There is little to nothing to
Stiff
complain
birds.
about. Yeah. I
And you
guess.
don't care.
No.
Because it is like, I'm so happy they didn't spend the money there.
Yeah.
Because where they do spend the money, you're like,
Exactly. You see
Just
Shia
clapping,
LaBeouf
yeah.
when he's clapping in the cinema. Yeah,
fucking
that's-
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. If out of all of the retros that we have talked about this movie before
Oh, we
as well.
have.
But this is the first
Probably.
time we're like
Talking
we
about-
watched it and then talk about
Yeah.
it, and also homework. This is the one you need to do. Like
Mhm.
this is the one you have to watch.
Yeah, because it's a movie that not a lot of people have seen. Like,
No.
it is a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
an overlooked
definitely-
anime.
Exactly. It was like just forgotten before it even came out.
Yeah.
Almost.
They
Like,
just failed everything about this movie when
Yeah.
it came out.
I wonder how it did in Japan though.
I have no idea.
I'm sure it was
Because
well
in
received.
the US, from what we saw on
Yeah.
YouTube, was that it had a premiere day, and that was the only day.
Yeah,
And also,
one
they
day.
didn't promote the premiere day.
No.
So it was out for a day. No one saw it. And
At like 300 cinemas across
Oh,
the
yeah,
United
300
States.
cinemas.
Yeah,
At-
300 cinemas. That's not a lot. And for one day.
for one day, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, people? Come
Yeah,
on.
and they didn't promote it at all.
At all. Especially with the names attached to it that we don't remember at all. Like,
But it's Japanese stuff, I guess. So they don't like.
yeah, I guess. But I mean, it was Bandai.
Yeah, Bandai Namco.
So,
did
I
it,
mean,
but I don't
they
They
should
dropped the
have.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, oh, man. It's,
But it is
it's really
I
sad.
think it's like one of my top animes, though.
Yeah, same.
like-
Same.
It's
Like-
so good. Like,
And that was the best part about seeing it now, that it was like, yes.
I'm
it
so happy
fucking
that it didn't
holds up.
suck. Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it in, at least a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. Like, it's more than 2 years. I know
Yeah.
that.
I think
'Cause I
roughly,
got it-
roughly 2 years, I
Yeah.
think, for me. Because I do remember watching it, I think it was in Australia.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, during the early parts of Australia.
I got it on my birthday at some point, and I think it is. Shit. Yeah, I
No.
don't remember.
You don't think it's
Yeah.
shit?
No. But I got it when I had the PS3 still. So
Oh, yeah.
so it is just after I got it.
Yeah. And I realized I don't fucking own it. So I have a
That is
new to buy
insane.
thing.
Yeah, that is insane.
It
I thought
is.
you had every movie that you need to have.
Maybe it's because I haven't just found it. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, maybe it's
maybe
not
it's
as-
not easy to
Yeah,
to
I think my
buy.
wife just ordered it like for nothing online. That's
course.
how she did it.
Yeah. No, I need the Blu-ray with the special features
Mhm.
galore. I
Dude,
need
I
to know
would love
everything.
to.
Everything about
I
this
wish
movie.
there was more extra stuff
Mm.
in movies today, like movies like that.
Yeah.
Like the rest, I don't give a shit
No,
about.
of course.
But like movies that take time
Yeah.
and have like a lot of special effects and stuff like,
Like Into
that.
the Spider-Verse.
Into
like
the Spider.
Those
Very good.
the bonus stuff on Into the Spider-Verse is amazing. It's like you just want to know more and more and more and more. And there is
'cause
always
you don't
more.
want when the movie ends, you don't want it to end there.
No, of course not.
Like you just want more, and the extra stuff is always a great segue. Like into that world.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I bought DVDs from the get-go because once I got a Blu-ray or once I got a DVD in my hands for the first time
Mhm.
and plugged it in, and all of a sudden there was an extra category that said bonus features.
Boner features.
Boner
Gotcha.
features for sure. I was like, what the hell is
It
this?
is.
And then you have everything like behind the scenes, deleted scenes. Like, oh my God, there's more than just this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Okay, this is what I will be doing for the rest of my life. Just watching.
I know what I'm
all
going to
of
be
this stuff.
doing the rest of this week. I'm going to be watching screenshots from
Sword
of the Stranger and just
Masturbating.
stealing them
Yeah.
for my own
Oh, yeah,
whole
that's
stuff.
what I meant.
No, it is a fucking art boner,
masturbation.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
It is fucking exactly that.
Yeah.
Like today when we were watching and he kind of like cuts him a little
Mhm.
and then cuts into the wood and like from his shoulder the blood is spattering on the wood.
Yeah.
And then he cuts the wood
And the
and
plank goes.
Yeah, and it just makes this little like cut into the tree, like the wood.
And that is something that I noticed with this movie. It's
A
like
lot
the
of
small
those
things.
Small
those
things,
little,
like the snow. Like
yeah.
there was like wind blowing, and then there's this little powder snow that's blowing away. Who does that?
From the ground.
From
Like,
the ground,
There's no
yeah.
focus on it or anything. They're just standing there, and you're in this moment
Yeah,
with
the
them.
wind is traveling and panning across the two.
Exactly.
Like,
So you need like it just ups the ante, or like it gives you more
So
it's
good.
more drama in the
Yeah.
scene. But yeah, they took the time to even make it disappear from the ground
Mhm.
with like, and it's just a second,
Yeah.
just this little thing. And yeah, so many more of those gold nuggets in this movie, which is again why I need to buy this Blu-ray.
Mhm.
Oh my God! Like I'm so happy we saw
Like
this.
if those
today.
people did like a Witcher anime,
Oh.
I would love it. Just
Yes.
a standalone movie or like a couple of standalone movies for me, please.
What we should look up is, have they done anything after, or like what have these?
But
because
I think they're just
Because the
separate
movie-
entities. That
because the movie bombed. I guess they probably didn't
never
do
did
anything. more.
Fuck
But,
though,
yeah.
it's such a good movie.
Yeah,
Like with such a simple story, to be able to tell it in the way that they do,
yeah,
and not boring the fuck out of you. 'Cause
Exactly.
the pacing is good.
yeah,
Like, and it's not a long movie. I think it's just like
1.5 hours.
1.5. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's so enough. Like it's so good.
yeah. It's everything you want and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like
again, like
yeah.
if anything, out of all of our ramblings, please find this movie and watch it.
Yeah, find the time to watch it.
Yes.
Like it is if you're going
It's
to do
gonna
one thing
benefit
this week,
you.
yeah.
It's gonna give you so
An art
much.
boner.
Yes, so much, so much,
So much art boner.
so much art boner. Yes.
It is. Oh man, it is fantastic. Like now we've gotten to the point where that's all we can say
Yeah,
about this movie, but it is like worth your time
definitely.
in gold.
It is a solid 9 out of 10 bags of dicks from
I
me.
thought the bags of dicks were a bad thing.
No, but I mean now that's our rating system now. So
Oh,
we
so
have to,
that's-
1 to 10. Yeah, I can't give it the full 10 because I want more. Nothing is perfect, but 9 out of 10. I don't think you're gonna get that from anything else other than maybe Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's on the same level as Into the Spider-Verse for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Different type of movie, but equally awesome.
exactly. So how many bags of dicks?
I don't know. Like I
10.
would also say 9.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it gets like it's such a good movie, but our rating system is fucked up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It just sounds like I think
no,
we should
it sounds
just use
perfect. It sounds so.
No, I'm
professional.
just saying that we should just use the bag of dicks for bad movies.
Oh, okay.
and then just say that this was worth a watch.
Yeah, this one.
Like anything we don't hate on, because we're big promoters of watching things for what they are.
Yeah.
But then you have Aladdin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a bag of dicks. That's all I can give it. Like, I can't recommend you to watch it to laugh at it because there's nothing funny about it.
Exactly.
It's just sad.
It's not even that bad.
And
like,
it's-
or like it's worse than that.
It's worse than
Yeah,
I
I
thought
guess.
it would be. Like,
Yeah.
when I saw it, I was like, this is not a Disney production. Like,
No.
it feels silly
exactly.
to the point where it feels like a B movie,
Yeah.
filmed in a weird way that no one will ever enjoy for
Exactly.
a crowd that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be awesome in like
Awesome.
100 years.
100 years
Yeah,
when it's
yeah.
so misunderstood.
Exactly.
A movie beyond its age.
Oh
no.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's shit.
we had
like,
to bring
it's
it
so
back
sad.
up. Of course we did. Yeah.
Yeah, let's. But it's retro. That's why we brought it
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So we do.
Nice. Nice. Fuck you.
And
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving on. And
So what do you have? Because I've seen nothing.
So I,
No,
because I do have my have fun Sundays nowadays, I found
Cocaine.
no cocaine. Defenders of the Earth. Do you remember?
of the Earth.
Yeah,
Yes, I
exactly.
do remember.
Yes. From 1985.
I was super excited when you wrote about it.
Yeah. Not so excited watching it though. It was the most jumbled up piece of,
Shit.
well, it went from good to shit to good to shit to good to shit, like constantly. It was so scattered all over the fucking place because it felt like I was
Which
watching.
one is that, by the way? You watched the
So this is the movie.
book something, right?
Yeah. So, what was it called? So,
The
Book of Mysteries.
Mysteries, yeah.
So, if you don't know what the Defenders of the Earth are, it's pretty much you take
A wizard?
the Flash Gordon, the Phantom, and then this magician called the wizard
Yeah.
Mandrake,
Mandrake, there
and
you go.
then this strong guy called Lothar, I think.
Bald guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a black
Yeah,
bald
yeah.
guy, almost like Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, exactly. what I
Yeah,
thought.
that type of character. And yeah, they are this team, and
It's
they
so cool.
just save the galaxy, I guess. So they're on
The
different
Earth,
worlds.
Robert.
Yeah, but they're never on like Earth, which is so weird. So,
Defenders of the Earth.
but it's pretty much just them standing around and saying each other's names. Like that's what they're doing. They're just like, "Oh, the Phantom, you did this and this," and he's like, "Oh, Mandrake, yes, I did that thing and this and this," and then Lothar, what did you think about? "Oh, Phantom, I thought this was." So every time they say something, they have to say the
Each
other
other's-
person's name constantly, and I was pissing myself laughing.
Okay, that
Because
is fucking
every
brilliant,
time,
actually.
every
That
time
is magical.
Yeah, and so what happens in this movie is they go out on a mission, and then this little kid,
Every time you say like something like that, I'm like, Defenders of the Earth.
and that's what happens throughout the whole movie. Every 5 minutes or so, it cuts
just
in,
cuts in
with
that-
their logo. And it's like Defenders of the Earth.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, I felt like I was being brainwashed. Like, am I supposed to like do something now?
Like, where are my
Like the
toys at?
Manchurian Candidate, just go out and start
Oh, that is
assassinating
brilliant,
people.
though, dude. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it that.
That is fun.
But so it's the team goes out on a mission to do something, and a kid
Specifics, I
a
like.
kid is left behind because he was supposed to have like a lesson with Mandrake.
Yeah.
So he's learning magic.
Defenders of the Earth.
And yeah, he gets homework. He's like, just read a book and write a paper on it. And this book turns out to be a magical book. And it sort of helps the defenders with their mission. So they get to this place and they're like, we can't open this door. Mandrake, we cannot open this door. It's the Phantom, no, we cannot open this door. And so and so and so. And then this kid is like, oh, but the Phantom, I know how to open the door because this book told me how to open the door, the Phantom and Mandrake. And yeah, okay, names and names. And
Oh my
yeah.
god. Yeah.
So this book tells them what to do, and they're like, wow, it knows. Yeah. And then they go in, and like, we can't talk now, kid, because we need to solve this new thing. And he's like, well, the book is telling me everything you need to know. And they're like, we don't have time for your nonsense. But the book actually just tells them what to do. Like, this is the movie. That's what happens. And after that's done, they go for another mission. And then the book helps them with that mission. And then they go to another mission.
cool.
And the book helps
helps them.
with that thing.
Cool. And we also wonder, like, oh, whatever happened to that old cartoon? This is what happened. They sucked.
Yeah,
We just were too young to know.
pretty much. So I've written the 80s were slow as fuck.
Defenders of the Earth!
And then the team accidentally awakened the sleeping god.
I love that you're just like the team of Awakened.
But
It's basically the pacing.
So that was the first mission. The team is out on a mission and accidentally awaken the sleeping god, then gets helped by a kid with a book that tells them what to do. Then the kid, he's around like 6-7 years old, he flies a jet. This one kid flies a jet.
Some people, study for years.
Yeah.
Some kids fly them immediately.
Exactly.
You know how it is.
all by his fucking lonesome, by the way. To go and save them, but no, because that's what the thing happened when they're like, no, we don't have time for your nonsense. He takes a jet and flies to them, like, and then I wrote, it's not horrible, because I kept watching it, and towards the end, it's actually kind of nice. Or maybe just the weed kicked in. And
How is the animation?
It sucks. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause I
like
was thinking-
Thundercats,
yeah.
100%. That type of
Okay,
Like,
because
it's
I'm
very
thinking
stiff.
more of like the He-Man type of animation.
that too, kind of. It's
'Cause
very
in
stiff.
He-Man, nothing happened. and
They're
it's
just
super stiff.
standing around. Like,
Because Thundercats, they're not only standing.
no,
around.
they do cool stuff, I guess. But it looks
but
like
the intro
Thundercats.
is the best. Okay.
Yeah. But it's very cheating and low budget for sure.
Mhm.
And something that I noticed that was pretty cool is that, Ming, the bad guy. So if you've seen Flash Gordon, the movie, he's played by Max von Sydow. Sydow. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that dude. And the character in the show sounds just like him. So it really, like, it just
Works,
amplifies it, but with a cooler effect on the voice. So nailed that character, really. But it doesn't do shit in this movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like everyone else,
Yeah.
they consult the book.
And then from there, waking the sleeping god, now Ghost Space Pirate Ship, even.
Reasonable.
I don't know. And the Ghost Ship of Española is the name of it. And it's just like, it's so silly. It has a fucking Gorgie. Yeah, this movie has its own Gorgie. Or Jar Jar.
Nobody needs a Jar Jar Gorgie.
Yeah, and it's called, I think, Suffy. And every time they start talking, they have to say someone else's name. That's what I said. It's so funny. Now a ghost is tricking aliens. What the fuck?
What?
A kid shows how to create a diving bell. You know what a diving bell is? When
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
so-
what it is.
so
Like
this-
the in-between thing when you dive, right?
yeah.
That.
No, it's like it's almost like creating an air pocket
Yeah, exactly.
an upside down bucket, pretty much, that you can
okay,
go
okay,
into
yeah.
and breathe from.
Yeah. Okay.
So this kid, again, like 6-7 years old, who flew the jet by himself, is now telling every child out there, this is how you can drown yourself, pretty much. Like, yeah, but he's telling this to ghost pirates, space pirates.
Cool stuff, bro.
Yeah, and
The defenders are jerks.
exactly. And then after that, they saved the carnival, because, of course.
Yes,
and
there's a space carnival.
then they're going to Stonehenge, and the last thing I
and
wrote,
these are all space locations,
kind of,
not Earth locations.
also Earth,
Also Earth.
Also
so Stonehenge Earth or Stonehenge space.
everywhere.
Cool.
And then I wrote, I can't keep up anymore. So after that, I didn't write anymore. I don't know.
Defenders don't make sense.
No, I finished the movie,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know how it ended, or it probably didn't end. It
So
just kept going.
7-year-old Elon Musk.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, it's not Elon Musk. He doesn't know shit, this kid.
But this kid could fly a jet.
Yeah, exactly. And create a diving bell for some reason. So I don't know how many kids in the 80s drowned, but I'm sure a lot of them was...
Defenders of the Earth.
So yeah.
In tragic news today, 7-year-old kid, blah, 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 drowned in Defenders of the Earth.
Yes.
Perfect.
The attempt to create a diving bell.
Diving bell.
Yeah. So you don't have to watch that movie. I did that for
Cool.
you all. It's on Prime.
Nowhere.
I
Fuck,
just
I
went
need to-
into. They actually have a category that is like animated movies, not just for kids. So yeah,
I need to try it on my PlayStation and see if I get that selection as well, because it doesn't work on my phone. Have you tried it on your phone?
no, I haven't.
Then
So,
don't, because just in case it stops working.
Yeah, and you have the whole Supernatural show on Prime too,
With the real music or
with the real music. So
Son of a bitch!
yeah. So if anybody's missing Supernatural,
But
I'd
I think
say-
it's only
Prime.
on the PlayStation version.
yeah. So get
'Cause
the
that's-
PlayStation version.
Because my app does not let me watch anything. It has like the same things when I bought it, like when we were watching The Boys,
Okay.
the first season.
Yeah.
That's the one I have still. Like,
Huh.
no new shows that I want to watch are there. Like,
Okay.
you say a lot of cool shit and old movies, and I can't see any of it.
That's so weird.
Mhm.
Now you have to come to my house at some point to, and I will show you the abundance of stuff. They have like
God
every
damn it.
Tarantino movie and all that stuff too. Like you can find pretty much everything in there. It's pretty cool.
I hate this.
But I will give it like a bag of dicks just for the sake of giving it something.
Mhm.
Again, it was entertaining, but it was just like it was so all over the place, and I couldn't keep up. Of course, the weed did its thing, but seriously, I was hoping the weed would just make it so much better. It kind of didn't. So yeah, I don't recommend it, but it was nostalgia again, fun.
Always helps.
Always helps. And then I have some news that I found out today that I just wanted
Do
to
it.
sort of blast by, and that is that
Blast me.
Doctor Strange will be in the new Spider-Man. So Spider-Man 3, Homesick, I think is sort of what they're calling it now.
It's funny.
Yeah, Doctor Strange will be a big part of that. And apparently, the rumor is that it's going to be sort of Infinity War Endgame style, wrap up to the whole Phase 4, I guess.
Mhm.
So it's
the-
going to start with Spider-Man 3 and end with Doctor Strange
movie.
Multiverse of Madness that is directed by Sam Raimi. And
That could go either way.
yes, and the other rumor is that they're doing sort of the live action version of Spider-Verse with Spider-Man 3. So they will probably bring back Toby and Andrew Garfield, just like small cameos maybe or
Didn't
something.
Sam Raimi make those Spider-Man?
Just the first one. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Toby.
Mhm.
I mean, they're not bad. They're
They are very bad. I rewatched them.
Oh,
they
you did?
suck so much dick.
okay.
dude.
Yeah, but that's because they've become better. When they came out, they were the shit. You
the
cannot
first one
deny
was not.
it. The second one was awesome. The second one was like
Oh,
the
maybe.
best.
Okay,
with Dr.
maybe,
Octavius.
yeah.
Like,
And
that was
then
such a good
The
movie.
third one, what the fuck happened
That
there?
is the
So
question.
weird. How is that the same type of movie?
I think
Like-
that was Sam Raimi giving the finger to the producers, kind of.
So he
like-
made the third one as well.
He made it's
All
a
of them.
trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Because he wanted to do his thing, and then everybody was in, and like, no, you have to do this, and you have to put Venom in, and you have to, because monies. And he's like, well, okay, well, then
Then
fuck
I'll
you.
add a dance as well.
I'll just do everything that you guys want, and you'll see how well it goes.
Mhm.
Because he already did the first 2, which were really good. I'm assuming the third one was going to be a good sort
Mhm.
of wrap up to everything. Well, I mean, if you think Christopher Nolan and the trilogy, Batman trilogy, obviously the Bane movie isn't like the best, but it's
Oh, I
still
hate it.
not bad. You can still watch it. It's a good wrap up of the trilogy.
Thriller.
Trilogy.
Is this a
Like it works as a whole.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like obviously the second one is the kick-ass one, but it still works. So yeah, what the fuck happened, Sam? I don't know. But it's still very, very, very cool if we do get that tie-in, because Electro is gonna be like Jamie Foxx. Electro
I heard that.
is
The
gonna be in
worst.
Spider-Man 3. Yes, I was also a little bit worried here.
But maybe they won't use any of that.
But that's the cool thing, and sort of, I guess, what is making the internets go, they are probably doing like a Spider-Verse. And maybe that's going to tie into Spider-Verse 2.
Or maybe they could just make it into something awesome.
Yeah,
that
well, I hope,
other Spider-Man.
I really hope they make it into something awesome, anyways. But
Yeah.
still fucking cool. Oh yeah, and the Wanda from like what's her name?
Spider-Gwen?
No,
Another Wanda?
from the Avengers.
Oh, shit, Scarlet
Witch.
Yeah.
Yes. So apparently she might be the main baddie for this phase of the Avengers.
Oh,
I
shit.
guess.
Where she goes bananas with
Yeah,
her powers?
because
Yeah.
of like losing
vision.
vision and all of that, and that show is coming out soon. I think
Mhm.
Wanda Vision.
I think there is a...
There's a trailer out at least.
Yeah, but I mean, in the comics, isn't there a place where she goes mad
Yeah,
and creates this
that
whole
is
universe
the
with
multiverse of madness.
dinosaurs? And,
kind
oh, shit. Okay.
Like that's why they assume
Okay,
that's going to be
okay,
like the
okay.
main baddie.
Cool.
So, and I think that is a cool twist because she is like
good
we
person.
sympathize. I can't talk anymore.
Sympathize.
Sympathize.
Hello.
Sympathize with
Yeah.
this character now because we know her loss and we know like we've been her through this epic
Yeah.
journey. It's so cool to have her turn almost like the Dark Phoenix character did in the X-Men, but
Mhm.
the good way
But in a
of
good
doing
way.
it. Yeah.
Because that movie sucked.
Yes.
Fuck, I
Uh,
wanted that to be good. I was like,
Yeah,
redemption.
Me too.
And then like, no.
No. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It just fuck. Yeah. I can't say anything about it.
I don't know why they keep...
I still like
messing up.
I love Magneto. I think Michael Fassbender as
He's
Magneto is
awesome.
pretty
And
awesome.
he's awesome in that one as well. It's
Yeah.
just that he has like built up that little
That community.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's pretty much the only good
Mm.
part about
That
this
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that they finally kill Mystique. Yeah. Thank you. Spoiler.
No one cares.
But yeah, those were the news for Spider-Man 3. I am super excited because they are being released back to back. So Spider-Man 3 and then Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So they are
And
going
that's
to be...
all next year, though.
That's all next year. and end of next year.
But I don't care. Because
Or maybe even later.
I also have news.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not getting a PlayStation 5 when I wanted it and ordered
Oh, really?
it. Yeah.
What happened? Did Corona fuck you over?
Yeah, definitely Corona's fault. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a problem. But it is the amount of PlayStation 5s that will be coming to Sweden are not many.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
okay.
so the place where I ordered from, the amount that they have and the amount of pre-orders that they have do not match.
Oh, man.
So I'm not getting that, but Cyberpunk 2077 is still coming out on PS4,
Okay, good.
and I'm hoping that you'll be able to transfer your data over or saves. I haven't gotten that confirmed though.
I think they have said that.
No, what they've said is that if
Oh,
you
you can
buy
play-
the
oh,
PS4
yeah.
version,
You can play
you'll
it on
get
the
no.
PS5.
You can upgrade to the PS5 for free.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you can do, but
Okay.
I don't know if the saves
Oh, yeah.
will happen though.
Well,
Which
I assume,
sucks.
like, if you have the same login... or
No.
like,
It depends on how the company creates the saves.
Okay.
Like PlayStation allows it.
Yeah.
But if the people making the game don't allow it or build it in or can do it,
Okay.
it won't be a thing. So there are a few games where you can, and there are a lot of games where you can't.
Then I will just assume that you can't.
And I'm gonna just buy both, or I'm gonna buy the
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 version, play it a lot during Christmas, not draw, have my Instagram account fail.
Yeah.
And
Your life will
Yeah.
just shatter.
exactly,
Yes.
but I will be very happy
Yeah.
playing that game.
Yeah.
And if the PlayStation version does not work, I will play with a new character and try something else out.
Yeah.
Go entirely, opposite.
Have you started looking at...
Nothing.
No, I couldn't help myself today. There was like a 2-minute clip just with like a weapons test, whatever. Yes. Like
Cool.
it looks really fucking cool. And this was just like people getting shot. Like that was pretty much
Yeah.
the clip. But I want to shoot those people now. Like
Mhm. I'm not as terrified of this game anymore now that I've played a lot of first person.
Mhm.
So I'm very excited.
And I'm really, really looking forward to like just the amount of upgrades you apparently can do.
But it's not they apparently made the game short though. Like, so, because The Witcher was, insane.
Yeah, yeah.
So this game, you're supposed to be able to play it in like a less time.
Okay.
So you should be able to complete the main story way faster. Because
Nice.
they don't want people to miss out like they did on The Witcher.
Oh yeah. But have they talked anything about having it like be add-ons and all this stuff coming in?
Probably, because The Witcher had them. So, but
Because
I
I mean,
haven't
that's how
heard
they
any.
make
Yeah.
good money today, I
But
guess.
fuck, The Witcher expansions were like better
That's what
than
it's
the
called,
main
fucking
game.
expansions.
Yeah, the DLCs.
Mm.
But fuck, man, they were so much better than the actual story.
So I've heard. I
And the
still
city
haven't
of
finished
Tucson.
the
No, but
first
the
one.
city of Tucson.
Yeah.
Like the vampire district, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That city and the vampire sort of story there. It's so good. And it's so cool that they went away from that gray muck that they had in the whole, main story. And now it's like summer and sunny and blue skies. And
Which
it's
is like the total opposite of what
of
you
the
think
whole
about
game,
of
yeah.
a vampire as well.
Yeah. But dude, it's so good. Like that whole place is better than everything else you've faced.
Yeah.
And it was all good up to that point.
I'm
And
trying
it's just
to
getting better.
I'm trying to figure out which game I want to tackle now because now I'm stuck there again with having way too many games that I need to play and just finished Tsushima.
But play Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah.
Just play main
I thi-
missions.
and that's-
fuck all the challenges and shit like that.
Just the story.
And just play the story. It's so good. Like it's so much fun as well.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
just
because
Spider,
that's the one that's
Spider Cop, he's on the job. Like that shit is fucking so well written.
yeah. And it's going to be I mean, I am one of the biggest Spidey geeks out there as well. So I
wish
need
that same team would make a Deadpool game.
that would be dope.
That would be
That's
so
something that I am missing without knowing that I'm missing it.
dope. But I
did
heard good things
enjoy
about that old game. that
I
they made.
enjoyed it. Like
I never played.
it was a very, straight up sort of platform type game. But it was a lot of fun, and they nailed the Deadpool character.
Yeah, but that's
Plus,
what
the
I mean.
cutscenes
Yeah.
were really fun too. So yeah, I definitely
Dude,
recommend
Lego
that.
even nailed Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's a fun little side character
Mm-hmm.
in the first Lego Marvel game.
Does he curse?
Yeah, no.
Damn.
But he does try to.
Okay.
But he has like these little hints that kids don't understand. So
Nice.
it has its charm, like it is. So I wish they would make a proper game to him as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in the works somewhere. And I've heard like a mixed bag of the Avengers game.
Oh shit!
The
I didn't
one
even
that
wanna
was
play it. I
released.
totally
It was
like.
like July, I think it came out.
No, it came out not July. It was August, maybe end of August. Like it was not that long ago. Like
No,
it was
exactly.
a while back now, but
Yeah, but
I just
a few
didn't
months ago.
care when it came out.
No, I saw
the gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
when
I
she
saw
was
that.
fighting the guy with the
I saw the
Shit, what
one
is his
where
name?
they
The
were like
Game Master. No,
a Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. That's it. Game Master.
I saw the first part of the game where you jump between all of the characters, like the main
I haven't
Avengers,
seen
pretty
that.
much.
Yeah.
And that looked really cool. But then I heard a lot of it was lacking in a lot of areas, and now I've
I think it's
heard
just
that
an
it is
empty game.
really good.
Mhm.
Like, so it's
I don't
it's
know.
a very like the internet doesn't seem to be united in
Yeah.
their thoughts of this game. So
I don't think
know.
I wanna
I'm gonna
play it.
wait until it's super cheap and then
Yeah.
get it, because at this stage, well, fuck, I have wait.
I
way
don't
too
know.
many.
For me, those games they feel kind of flat, whereas the Spider-Man game
Mhm.
feels like it has, like a place.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like the story they want to tell and stuff. I think they do it very well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I will take your advice and start doing the Spidey thing.
It was fun. Like
And just swinging around the city, for fuck's sake, it's awesome.
it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
And I already have played a bit of it, so I think, well, I'll probably restart it if it's. I think I've gone too far and now forgotten how to play it. So
it's not that hard though. Like it isn't really. But if you want to
just to get back into it,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think, and yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of time, so
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
cool.
Yeah.
It is actually a great game.
Spidey.
Spider-Man. And it doesn't take long to finish it either if you put some hours in it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
So
I
yeah.
like those types of games. I am slow.
Depends on how much gadgets you want. I just did everything to give my son the spider suits.
Oh, okay.
So it's the only game I've completed 100%.
Nice.
And then he erased everything.
Oh, of course. Just so you
But-
can do it again.
So I can do it again. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's a game you can't use your save on the new platform.
Oh,
And
okay.
you also have to rebuy it.
What?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've seen like the reskin of Peter Parker or whatever that's out.
Oh,
And he's
shit.
like a-
People flipped out.
Totally different dude.
Yeah. But that's because they improved the
Animation.
the character model.
Okay. But he's
Um,
got like he
I
looks
like this
so
new
much he looks so
like
much
the new
younger.
Yeah, but I liked that one more than the one they had. I thought it was weird.
I've only seen the
Two cutscenes.
not even a cutscene, just the
Oh
image.
shit, yeah, but
So I
I
haven't
kind of
seen how
like
they
the
move.
new one better. Like I haven't seen more than that either, but I kind of like that direction more
Yeah.
because the other one, I don't know, like it didn't work for me. But I kind of like the voice actor,
Okay.
Yuri Lowenthal. He was awesome. So
Nice. Yeah. No, I'm I want to play that, and then looking forward to when I eventually get the PS5, the Morales.
yeah, but you can also, I think you can get it for the PS4 as well.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe
So
I'll do
you don't
that then.
really have to.
Yeah, because that's out pretty soon too, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think they were both on release.
Like
maybe not, but
December release?
no,
maybe? November?
November.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
like mid-November.
That's
At
smart.
least Cyberpunk and the PlayStation 5.
Nice. All right. So more games to buy.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
I'm trying not to start. Like I really need to finish Far Cry now. I've been saying that for months.
Yeah.
But
also-
Inktober.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like Inktober comes first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Inktober. Then the first start of November is just playing that game,
Finishing Far Cry.
finishing Far Cry,
Yeah.
and then sitting there waiting for Cyberpunk.
And I think I'll do the same. Like I think, well, I'll play Spider-Man now, and then I will at least start Far
Mhm.
Cry 5.
Don't
Just
start. It's a game you'll forget shit.
oh really?
Like, yeah, there's a
No,
lot
but just
keep
to
track of.
like you did, just to get into the first person type thing before.
Oh shit!
Cyberpunk
Okay,
comes.
yeah. Well,
and
it
then
starts off really good.
yeah.
So try it.
and then we'll see. Maybe I'll get Cyberpunk straight away because of I am a bitch.
I'm not
and
gonna
I
wait.
can't.
I'm not gonna wait. I don't care if
I
you
don't wanna
can.
wait
Yeah. For my game to,
to
be
be over.
to
yeah.
come over
To
get
come over. Yeah, to
delivered?
be released.
whatever. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Synced.
What have you seen anything?
I have seen exactly nothing because of Inktober.
Fantastic. I finished The Boys. It's out. It's done.
The whole thing?
The whole thing is done.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
How
really
does time
fuck.
work? Yeah, well, I'll see it
And
when Inktober is over.
oh my god, dude, I flipped. It's so good.
Oh, shit. Yeah, now I have to see it.
Yep.
I saw one episode of Rick and Morty.
Great.
No, I didn't. That was 2 weeks ago. I lied.
Good for you.
I saw a comic from Rick and Morty.
I
didn't read it, though.
I
I
did
saw it.
just because. But Nick Shine,
Nicholas Shine.
our good friend, he
Mm-hmm.
he wrote that I should give the new DuckTales a try
Mm-hmm.
because he tried it out with his kid and
really
he
good.
kept watching it because it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And he was right. It's fucking good. It's really good. The animation is like
No, but it's I think you need to get used to it.
yeah. You and
'Cause
you
once
do,
you do get used to it,
it's
really good.
the
Yeah.
story is great. The characters are fantastic. I really loved it.
Mhm.
Like I probably watched 8 episodes.
I saw the
straight.
first one that I don't remember at all when it came out,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, this," and then like,
yeah. No,
Mhm,
no, no, no.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
that's also
Yeah.
if you have bought Disney Plus and you were like, you know, contemplating watching that
DuckTales,
the
yeah.
DuckTales show, stop contemplating and do it. Like it's fun.
It
It's
is.
really fun. So yeah, I guess the last tip I had.
Mhm.
Yeah, and apart from that, fuck, I haven't had time for anything really.
Anything, yeah,
No.
same. Like my life is Inktober.
Yeah.
Like every free time, like it's just investing in learning to draw
Yes. Or just
for Inktober.
drawing.
No. I'm just investing in learning so I
Mm.
can actually do the prompts the
Yeah.
way I want to do them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, hopefully it's worth it.
No, it is. It
And
is. Like
then,
this
yeah.
is so much more worth it than last year's.
And then we'll have to do
Non-tober.
exactly, like when we're done with this, we'll have to do like a proper just binge watch so much garbage that we can, and take our heads out of
I
the
think
whole
this whole
Inktober
year,
thing.
books and stuff to do and watch, I'm fully booked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Like Cyberpunk is gonna take up all of
everything.
my life.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm gonna like not even want to hang out with my family because I want to be to play that game. Sort of like, oh, you're going to bed already? It's only 2 p.m. You know, like when a game is that good.
Just feed them like sleeping pills or something.
And I haven't even played Tsushima yet. I'm like,
There you go. Yeah.
every time I see screenshots, I was like,
I got a text from my client the other day, just like a photo of his TV with Tsushima on it. Like he finally went over. He
oh
finally
man,
started
I'm not
playing.
even gonna. I'm just gonna wait for it to be cheaper.
Yeah.
And then play it
Smart move.
later.
And then and then we can do the co-op thing.
Ooh.
When
That's gonna be like in
'cause that's
6
gonna-
months maybe.
Yeah.
No, I
but-
mean when I finished all the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, I'm a
Mhm.
nerd.
There you go.
Ah!
Not nerdy enough, bro. Never.
Mhm. Don't have time to be nerdy.
Yeah, well, with that said, let's fucking go get nerdy.
Nerdy dirty.
Yes.
Nerdy dirty?
So,
no, not that. Everything but that.
everything but that. But everybody out there, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much
listening.
for tuning in
Yes.
to this stupid chatterbox.
Which
We love
is
you.
Our lives. Yes, we do love you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, spread the word. Rate the podcast if you have not. And
No.
and stay tuned for another awesome episode.
Mhm.
This week we didn't do any sort of homework.
Oh shit! I
But-
totally didn't think about it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either. Did we write something down?
No, we didn't. I don't think so.
Let's
Think of a cool animated movie that we own, have, or want to see. We should
Yeah, exactly.
like something really good because we're on a roll now.
yeah. Oh yeah, we're so
on a roll.
So much on a roll.
But I would love to have homework for next week.
Let's see. Nope. No retro.
But think of a cool animated movie that we love.
El
Dorado.
I was gonna say, like that.
Let's just watch that. It's a win
It's such a
every
win.
time.
It's it actually has a pretty cool backstory too. So
Like our backstory or the actual movie's backstory?
like the creation of El Dorado and all of that stuff.
okay, cool.
It's linked to another movie or documentary that Nick Shine recommended.
Holy
the
shits.
Waking Sleeping Beauty.
Oh shit!
That
Okay, it's part
I
of
actually I recommend that. It was very interesting. It
Mhm.
gave a lot of good insight to the animation studio of Disney. So it's on Disney Plus.
Oh shit! Okay,
Waking Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, but I might watch it while I draw. So
Yeah, do
that
it.
one I don't have to look.
That's
all
what
the
I.
time.
That's what
Yeah.
I did. But yeah. So yeah, I think El Dorado homework for next time, and
The road
to El
Dorado.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah.
Not on Disney Plus.
Not on Disney Plus. No. Hell no. So yeah. With that said, thank you guys again.
Thank you very much.
And we've said like
We
goodbye
said
50
things.
fucking
Yeah. So
times.
goodbye
Yeah.
again, like my
Goodbye,
mom always
goodbye,
says.
goodbye,
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You
Yeah,
love, you
yeah.
love, you love. Goodbye.